Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, wow, bow, 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 bow. Are we going our live broadcasting today? We are. Yep, I hear myself. I can hear me. Okay, hold on. Shut up, me. I'm trying to have a link because I'm trying to do this very early on in my schedule because my schedule won't allow it. Okay, we got some peek 2D art of, why am I saying 2D art? 2D intro of Sonic Origins. That's what we're seeing right now. Instagram, don't fail on me. Ah, my ears! Yeah, I just got some, hey, what's up? We're about to be streaming Sonic Origins very soon. Last but not least, let me just do one more promo. Okay, watch me. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. We play Sonic Origins live now. Thank goodness this game has an intro, so then y'all are not bored if I'm being delayed into the chats. So, yep, we got that good. Promo time, baby. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. You can watch the Summer Game Fest. I don't think there's going to be Sonic movie news. I think there will be Sega news, maybe from the games, but the movies, nah, I don't think Paramount's involved in that. Okay, let me just do one last thing real quick before I'm ready to be locked into this game. Yes, whoa. People, yeah, I know people are streaming Summer Game Fest right now, but like I said before, I don't think it's going to be anything too major unless there's hey, check out the new Sonic 35th anniversary game. Okay, how about we play this in the meantime. Play some Emerald Hill music. Now, live streaming Sonic Origins. Bro, I cannot speak English. Sonic Origins on my YouTube channel. Shout outs to Gabriel for that. Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't normally get movie news, maybe the games. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, oh yeah, check out Sonic 4. And plus, they just started voice recording not too long ago, so I don't expect any major Sonic 4 news until maybe later this year. But let me take a look real quick, and then more Sonic fans being Sonic fans. Alrighty then, let me catch up to the chat since I am very delayed. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, yo, Cameron, welcome back. Yo, what's crackin', doing good. Anyway, let's see here. You can watch Summer Game Fest. There might be some Sonic news, and yup, there's a bug on my arm. There we go. So anyway, normally we don't get movie news. Sonic 2 is a good game. Yes, it is. We're about to go ahead for the Sonic Origins stuff. Let's just get to the main menu. So for those that don't play Sonic Origins, funny enough, I recently just bought this game literally a month ago from saying this. Can you see them doing 3D Origins with the adventure games and heroes before they say no adventure remakes? I don't think for the adventure remakes, don't think so, but I did see Heroes is going to be one. But anyway, let me just get back to what I was going to say. So for those that have never played Sonic Origins, yeah, for those that played Sonic Mania, it's basically a remastered version of the classic games. And I realized when I play Sonic Mania and Origins back to back, there are some similarities, but I will say this. Mania, in my opinion, has better HD quality because obviously Mania is kind of a remaster of the classic levels, but then they decide to switch it up and make it their own story, make their own original levels. Sonic Origins, especially as you see from right here, let me just get back to the map real quick. No, get back to the title. Sonic Origins Plus is basically all this bonus content that you can have from the game. And pretty much, like I said before, pretty much when I started this live stream, I kind of want to start the whole Sonic 35th anniversary celebration happening because for those that are for those who are living under a rock in my YouTube community posts or social media posts, since it is the Sonic 35th anniversary, since that hedgehog's been running around in games, TV shows, movies for over 35 years, literally, I'm why not just start off with all the Sonic games that I have before? So I recently bought Sonic Origins at a very cheap price for $10. I'm well, that's better than just paying $30 if I don't think the game's going to be worth it or whatnot. But the reason why am I starting with Origins, literally the name speaks for itself. And secondly, it's mainly because, well, since we are doing 35 years of Sonic's franchise, why not just start off the classics that gave birth to the franchise in the first place from 1991 Sonic 1, 1992 Sonic 2, and then 1993 Sonic CD. and since Sonic 4 is going to take inspiration from CD, I'm like, well, let me play this game to do my quote-unquote homework for Sonic 4 in mind for the 4th movie. And then for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, yeah, definitely the last one, which, full disclosure, I have played all 4 of these games, and literally, no surprise, Sonic 3 and Knuckles probably like the only one I haven't finished, just because since it is, they compiled Sonic and Knuckles in this game. It's like, bro, they literally just make 2 games into one. It's like, is this what people must have relayed back in the 90s for a Sega Mega Drive? Because I was born in 2001. I did not have a Genesis or a CD or a Mega Drive, because all we have was, yeah, multi-platforms. I did not have the Dreamcast. We have multi-generation consoles from PlayStation to Nintendo to Xbox. I was around in that era from like goes back at those times. But either way, before I get to explore around this game and start this thing, which, before I read back to the chat, guys, I'm going to go with the games one by one, and this is the plan I'm going to do throughout the stream, since usually for these game streams, I do like 2 hours, so I'll do Sonic 1 for 30 minutes, and then I'll do, well, yeah, I can either do CD next, just to be chronically accurate in the timeline where CD came out before 2. Either way, so my plan is play 30 minutes of each Sonic game, so that I can reach up to the 2-hour mark, so I can play Sonic 1 for 30 minutes, and then either do CD 30 minutes, Sonic 2 30 minutes, and then do Sonic 3 and Knuckles 30 minutes, and then check around the bonus content for what this game has, such as the illustrations, and even has the iconic music and movies, and yeah, it even has its own cutscenes, including the Sonic Symphony. And what do you know? Hold on, no, go back. This right here, the irony when it comes to Sonic Live Concert, since we're literally starting off this live concert tour that's happening. Funny that this happened literally like 5 years ago, so I'm like, huh, even though the tickets are getting way sold out when it comes to Sonic Live Concerts, because Sonic fans are so greedy and spoiled in the best and worst ways possible. But anyway, before I start playing the game, let me just start catching up with the chat, since, you know, I've been trying to get this introduction. Play Sonic Origins on PS4, cool to know. To any other rumors that we're having a remake of Sonic CD, they have ported CD to modern consoles, so the rumors are probably fake. Hey Sonic, do you know a band called Gorillaz? Yeah, I know who Gorillaz are. They were on Fortnite. I've listened to Clint Eastwood. I wouldn't say they're my favorite band, but their animation styles are pretty cool, and I know I have a close friend that's like a huge fan of the Gorillaz band. But either way, no, I do not think that a CD remaster happens, and besides, I mean, I can literally play CD like here right now. But anyway, as a matter of fact, let me just start off with Sonic 1, because like I said, it's the one that gave birth to this franchise in the first place back in Sonic 1, so why not just start with it? Let me see, around here, was Gorillaz around when you were a kid? Not really, if you ask me, because I definitely grew up in more of the 80s, 90s nostalgia. So anyway, let's just start off with the OG that started all back in June 23rd, 1991, baby, 35 years later. So yeah, we are going back to the past. There we go. Back to where it all started in the Sega Genesis. Basically, Sega's answers to rival Nintendo's Mario. Yeah, okay, I almost forgot to bring this out. So, yeah, I almost forgot. In this game, even though, yes, Sonic is the main character when it comes to the first game, but at the same time, you can literally play, like, the classic characters from Tails to Knuckles to Amy, which, yeah, these guys will be all in the 4th movie, since I know they're going to be voice recording. But anyway, for anyone mentions in the chat by saying, hey, Daniel, they're going to be doing the Summer Games Fest, which, usually for these gaming award shows that happens to the internet, most of the time, most of the games are not really that interesting to me, at least, unless they show something Sonic related. I know not too long ago, for those that care or don't care, they have like this PlayStation like network happening, since I own a PlayStation. The only interesting game that got my eyes was the Wolverine video game, which I might consider getting that Wolverine game. It took me 2 years to get to the Labyrinth Zone. Bro, I kid you not, the Marble Axe Zone is like hell to me, man. It's like, bro, how can you get past through this without like using the levels? But since I want to start off with Sonic, let me see. Save data was found. Yes, I will love the restart because this is part of the stream. Starting off with the one that began all in the first place. On to the Green Hill Zone, where we got Wiz Khalifa and all these rappers going off. Bam. Do you know Sonic appears in Wreck-It Ralph? Of course I have, bro. I literally just do that. Interested in Wolverine? Yeah, 100% for sure. Wolverine looks great. I mean, this is coming from the same guy that literally owns all of the 3 Spider-Man games from Insomniac, so I'm like, yeah, I think Wolverine's going to be cool. And besides, we haven't got a standalone Wolverine game literally since 2009 from the Hugh Jackman X-Men Origins Wolverine, which, yeah, most people agree by saying, yeah, the X-Men Origins Wolverine video game is better than the movie, which, yeah, I honestly would agree from the cutscenes from what I've seen, especially since you got Hugh Jackman voicing the character in that movie tie-in game. Yeah, I remember back in the day where some voice actors from their movies actually get the paid for like cheap salary prices to voice their characters in video games. Yeah, I missed that, bro. No! Okay, get back to that. Yeah, I almost forgot the emeralds don't exist in the first game. They exist like in the second games. But yeah, just clear the level X, which, yeah, if you watch Sonic 3, the movie, pretty much they got that reference of the na-na-na-na. Ah, bonus level, I see. It's like pinball. Literally, do you think the Wolverine game's gonna have the blue suit? Well, to be fair, they did have, like, the brown suit, like, in the game, so I think it's possible that they will take MC1s. I mean, to be fair, like, even, I think some of the subscription DLC actually shows that they do have the Hugh Jackman Wolverine Fox suit, so I think it is possible, just like what Insomniac does with the Spider-Man suits. Yeah, spend all the coins so I can get this, emerald. I catch up on a chat, but I'll read it later, because right now I'm trying to lock into this, golden rings and emeralds. Why? Because I need me some money, or else I will eat your baby. Come on, hold on. Yeah, I was just gonna quote like an obscure reference where Larry King was interviewing Ben Schwartz, the voice of Sonic, and this one viral video that goes, "Hello there, hello, I'm just a hedgehog, no one cares about me." As a matter of fact, maybe I should play that clip out of context. Alright, Larry King, start doing your best Sonic impression right now. Play.
Here, Larry, you gotta take the lead. This is your one.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
That's
Oh, I'm just a hedgehog. No one cares about me. I remember seeing that back in 2018. That was so unhinged. But hey, what do you know? I got myself an emerald so that I could just take down fat Dr. Humpty Dumpty. Imagine we get like an Amy spinoff game in 2027. I believe we might get like an Amy Rose like DLC, kind of like what they did with Shadow for Sonic 3, which, yeah, by the way, guys, I will give you an update that even though Sonic Origins is the main focus for this weekend stream, but by next Friday, especially for any Shadow fans in the chat, next Friday I'll be streaming Sonic X Shadow Generations, which even though this game are more focused on the classic era, for the Sonic X Shadow Generations stream I'll do next week, I'll play all the modern Sonic levels, and yes, the Shadow levels too, including the DLC with Keanu Reeves doing the voice. So for someone mentioned that out, I mean, Kristen Bell actually did voice act in video games before, like the Resident Evil games that features Roger Craig Smith, and even voice Anna from the Disney Frozen ones that literally do that. I'm letting the Shadow fan out next Friday then. Like, yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, obviously, you're not the only one, because there's actually some fans who are saying, oh, you should have started off with Sonic Shadow Generations, which, don't get me wrong, I mean, Sonic X Shadow Generations is easily the much better game than Sonic Origins, and it's obviously less frustrating than, Sonic Origins by comparison. So yeah, in my personal opinion, the classic games are more frustrating to play than the modern games. At least the modern games to me are more tolerable. I mean, yeah, there are some hard boss fights, but it doesn't make me rage bait by maybe saying, I hate this game. This guy really harms my mental health. But yeah, other than that, I'll do the Sonic X Shadow Generations for next Friday, which, yeah, it's kind of funny that I'm doing Origins this Friday, and then I'm going to do Sonic X Shadow Generations next Friday, and then possibly something Sonic Race related, because, yeah, I don't think anybody wants me to do Frontiers, because Frontiers is still a classic. No. Frontiers is not that old of a game, and it doesn't really pay tribute to 35 years of legacy. There we go. Now we got Dr. Ivo Robotnik in his Eggmobile. Hey, it's up, my little Stagabites. Someone call an Uber. Hey, thanks for doing all the hard stuff. I will admit, when I was watching the Sonic movie, especially when I see Jim Carrey's Robotnik using the Eggmobile in Sonic 2, I will admit, I thought they were going to adapt the Wrecking Ball, but unfortunately, the Wrecking Ball is only referenced in, like, what, the first movie's end credits scene during Speed Me Up. I mean, nice game reference, but I just think, I don't know, maybe the Wrecking Ball is maybe a bit too silly to do in live action, but I don't know. Just maybe the diehard fan of me is like, oh, they could have done the Wrecking Ball reference and not have Miley Cyrus be like, whipping onto it. Here we go. Just one more pause and just be like, I'm gonna get you, Hedgehog. Snooping as usual, I see.
Because, Robotnik, I can run fast.
Yeah, Sunflower. Definitely not covered by Miles Morales. There we go. We got the little Bugs Bunny and the Penguins coming out of here. Yeah, Green Hill's not too bad, despite it's kind of like used a lot. Just got a like on my social media, even though everybody... Yeah, I see Sam procrastinates streaming Sonic 1. Gee, Sammy boy, relax. Sega Sammy. Yeah, I'm seeing Sonic fans, or in this case, gaming, not just Sonic fans, but gaming YouTubers streaming the Summer Game Fest. But like I said, I'd rather wait till like something interesting happens, because don't get me wrong, I'm not going to doubt any Sonic fan. I think we will get something Sonic related this weekend for sure, since, you know, it's the 35th anniversary and they got to announce some new content. I mean, the only thing we got was a live concert, which I'm still trying, and fingers crossed, hopefully from my birthday. I hate this level, Cameron. You're not the only one. I think Act 1, Act 2 is fine, but boy, I hate Act 3 way so much. It's more like, bro, I get this is meant to be like this Indiana Jones type of temple thing. And the worst thing about Marble Zone, I get that, you know, Sega wants to compete with, you know, they need a mascot to compete with Mario. It's like, Sonic's all about come and go fast, but now I'm jumping a lot like Mario. But like I said, it's the first game, so I'm not going to complain too much about it because, you know, Sega was just experimenting like their next big hit in their hands. Labyrinth Zone is worse. I strongly believe in that. I mean, it was well adapted in the movie, but, bro, I'm not looking forward if I ever surpass Labyrinth Zone. But like I said, my plan for each stream is like, I'm not going to complete Sonic 1 all in one level. What I am going to do is like play 30 minutes of each game and then be like, yeah, I'm just going to do it in that way. So, Sonic 1, you're definitely going downtown. Ow, okay, no, spiky spikes because freaking booby Indiana Jones traps. So glad I didn't cut off my mustache. Come on, you blue little wrecking ball. No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for those that have frustration with this sack, I'm like, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it myself either. Yep, and there you go. It's kind of funny, like, when I look back at the Sonic Movie 1 press tour, I think Jim Carrey was making fun of how the way Sonic dies in the games where he goes, hee. And there's one thing that I like that Jim Carrey said in Sonic 1, like, the movie press tour is like, no matter how many times Sonic loses the game, I still win because I'm Robotnik. I'm like, ah, nice. So it's like, yeah, no matter if Sonic dies, you still win because you're the villain. I guess I could say for myself too, since I literally voice and cosplay as Eggman. But yeah, speaking of Marble Act Zone, it's kind of funny that the Sonic Movie 2 prequel comic book actually makes a reference to Marble Act Zone, which Tails went to the Marble Act Zone, and in that comic book, you have like a very deep cut Sonic movie character, which is like a, what was it, like a lizard wizard villain that was supposed to be in the first movie, but thankfully they scrapped that off the table. But in my mind, it's more like, yeah, imagine the first movie would have been so different for this random lizard wizard villain, not Robotnik as the main villain. But that being said, that comic actually shows like, oh wow, it actually shows a little bit off plan, which here's my hot take. I wish movie 2 would have started with those prequel comics, like the way, like, where does Tails come from? Where does Knuckles come from? Where we get to see those bird scavengers, we get to see Vector, Espio, and Charmy as a cameo. Like, I feel like that comic book, despite it was like a one-off comic book for Sonic 2, it perfectly embraces the world building of the Sonic Cinematic Universe, even though it's just a tie-in comic book. But definitely as the movies go more in depth with the lore, especially with the fourth one coming out, we're definitely going to get more deep cuts, and hopefully we go more off-world, because as much as I appreciate Green Hell and the Mushroom Planet, we definitely need to see more off-worlds of the Sonic movie franchise, since, you know, we've been doing Earth a lot, which I let the third movie slide because, well, it's Sonic Adventure 2, so of course it did take place on Earth, so can't complain about that. And besides, the Japan-Tokyo segment and the space segments were really awesome to see in the big screen. But yeah, the one thing I struggle the most when it comes to this game, or in this case the first game in particular, Act 3, I loathe it entirely. So yeah, but Marble Zone has good music, I just don't like the maze in this. See, Act 1's not too bad, not too shabby, and then Act 2 is okay, but man, Act 3, I'm not looking forward to Act 3. One of my complaints of this first game is like, why do we need 3 acts, man? It's like, usually for every Sonic game, all the Act 2s for that. Do you know 2005 game used to play their video games? Yeah, which, okay, I'm gonna sound like the minority of the people here. I mean, look, I know the Sonic movies usually use hip-hop songs, more like, bro, hey, this video for Daniel. Hey, what's up, Lesnar? How you doing, bro? Just continuing off the Sonic live streams. But anyway, back to the comment about Fall Out Boy. Dude, call me old school, call me a boomer. I wanted Fall Out Boy to make an original song for the Sonic movies. I know it's old school, but come on. Their rock music, like, not gonna lie, even listen to some of their own songs, like in AMVs, it's like, you know, and no disrespect to like the hip hop artists, but I'm like, this band or this music fits more Sonic-esque. Like, I think there's one song I actually listened to, like a Sonic style motion when I was a kid, where literally it goes like, we don't fight, bam, 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 bam. And obviously, my introduction to the band was watching sing Disney's Big Hero 6. We can be immortals and more. I can't even do it because, voice crack. And, music artists, they're really good at, having raspy things. But anyway, I'm just going to catch up on other content unless I don't die in the lava. And please do not make any stupid Minecraft jokes. Come on. No, I'm about to get mown by lava, so then I could be like Dry Bouncer, but instead I'll be a dry hedgehog with a skeleton. No. Come on, lava, lava, lava. The floor is lava. Bro. You're the one that wants original rock songs. I feel like the third movie is like the closest thing I'm ever gonna get to having rock songs in it because, dude, 99 red balloons in that opening act with 99. And what's even better, it's the Goldfinger 2000s cover, which, as much as I like the 80s version, but I think the 2000s one is much better. And I feel like that song, that licensed song in the third movie is like, okay, this feels the most Sonic adjacent song. Same goes for that Shibuya song from in the Tokyo, Japan, where they did like the Sonic Adventure 2 reference, like they do have like a Fortnite helicopter jump off, where they talk about little bunch of little moves. Like, bro, this is what we need more in the movies, man. Like, I'm not against having licensed songs in the movies, but as long as they don't give a Taylor Swift song a Sonic movie before I'll scream a swear word in the theater. Funny enough, the irony that you mentioned that Taylor Swift has a Toy Story 5 song, I listened to it and I'm like, it's not that bad. I mean, I feel like that song for Toy Story 5 is clearly for a sequel. It's kind of like the sequel to the When Somebody Loved Me, because obviously it's a Jesse-coded song. But I'll say this, I'm like, well, even though I'm not like the biggest Swiftie, like for me, I do not consider myself as a Swiftie because number one, I'm a dude, so I will admit, there's like maybe 2 or Taylor Swift songs I actually do like, which are You Belong With Me and Bad Blood. But other than that, those are like the only songs that I actually do like. But other than that, I'm not really consider myself a Swiftie, so no for me. But if I have to choose between Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter for your token overrated blonde white girl singing all these Gen X, why sing Gen X? Gen Alpha songs for like Spotify playlists and just annoying social media TikTok, I probably would rather, it's kind of like saying, who would I choose as my poison, Swift or Carpenter? It's like, you know what, I think I'll choose Swift as my Carpenter because even though, like I said, not a Swiftie, but you know what, she's not these things. No, this stupid. Yeah. I don't know what was Sega thinking where they're trying to make Shadow sing Sabrina Carpenter's like, look, I get it. You want to quote-unquote feminize masculine bros, but at the exact same time, bro, that comment of making Shadow fan Sabrina Carpenter, boy, the cringy, like I said, the fan base, man, there are some cool fans of the Sonic fan base, and there are some cringy ones where it's like, great, now they're bringing a Shadow plush, and Sabrina's like, y'all don't even know if Sabrina's even a Sonic fan. I mean, sure, she collabed with the Muppets, which, that's cool, but I'm like, I don't think she's the type of person to be like, yeah, I like video games, even though they're more for nerds. But yeah, I don't know what they were thinking around that time. However, the one thing I will respect from that Twitter takeover between Sonic and Shadow, at least they made a regular show reference because, I get it, because Roger Craig Smith voiced a lot of characters in that show, where they went, oh, who it's like, okay, that's cool. Regular show is like the ultimate boys cartoon for Cartoon Network next to Ben 10 and any superhero show for DC around that time. Yeah, 2000 was a great time to be alive, to be watching cartoons, even though kids nowadays don't watch that anymore because, yeah, we got the YouTubes. I was pissed that Amy can understand, but shout F no, it's like, yeah, like what I said, that's why I'm not the biggest fan. It's more like, come on, y'all. I mean, I get that Shadow has a soft side, but him listening to more girly girl songs, look, not trying to sound, offensive or anything, it's like, it just doesn't fit the character if you want to show a bit more of his soft side. It's like, come on. I mean, kind of funny that, I don't know if this is going to be my next stream. I did say that my next Sonic gaming stream would be Sonic X Shadow Generations I'll do next weekend. But the one thing I will admit is, what was I going to say? Yeah, technically the next Sonic stream I will do that's not gamer related will be like a Sonic tier list thing, which I know for some people are wondering, but Daniel, why can't you do a Sonic gaming stream? Which I'm not going to call out some personal friends, which guess what? I actually was considering ranking Sonic Games tier list stream on Sonic's birthday, but guess what? I'm not going to go in depth with the details because I want to keep this quote-unquote surprise for my future uploads. A certain friend of mine's like, hey Daniel, want to go to this Universal theme park on the June 23rd? And I'm like, bro, but it's Sonic's 35th birthday. Can you just do other day? So other than that, it's like, well, thanks to those plans, I can't do the Sonic game tier list ranking, even though this is the perfect year and the perfect time to rank most of the games. But the one thing I'm looking forward to the Sonic songs tier list band is basically, literally it's just 35s of the songs. And yeah, there are a lot of Sonic songs throughout 35 years. Like, obviously, you got the games, you got the TV shows, you got the movies, and different iterations of the songs. So I'm like, all right, at least the songs are not, you know, too much when it comes to Homer. Because obviously for the games, it's like either one, I have to play the game, or two, at least remember what happened if I'm going to get like a full opinion, which that's how I roll when it comes to like tier lists. So either way, no. Here we go. Okay, hold on. I'm seeing some more comments. What's your favorite 80s band? Trying to think some ones that I like from the 80s. Definitely like me some Wood. Bruce Springsteen's one. Definitely like me some AC/DC, Guns N' Roses. What's another one I also like? I can't think of any in my head right now because I'm playing games. But yeah, let me just catch up to comments because clearly I am dying a lot. Hold on, Sam. Sam, boy. Okay, yes, I know Sam procrastinates streaming right now, but I'm just checking out my own stream. Not trying to be egotistical, bro. Gonna rank my Sonic on-screen adaptations, which, let me guess, not just from the games, but from the movies and TV shows, because, you know, it's just like Spider-Man, the Ninja Turtles, that same character, but just different versions of them. Trying to catch up other ones. You know, My Chemical Romance, yeah, one of the most emo bands next to Green Day. I won't say I'm like a certified fan, but I know it's kind of funny that the director of the Amazing Spider-Man movies directs a lot of music videos from that band, so I'm like, that definitely makes sense of the edgy emo boy, emo girl phase of the 2000s. Yoink. Okay, basically what you did with the ranking Sonic shows and film. Funny enough, I mean, that was literally my first tier list stream I've ever done on this channel, and ever since I did that like 2 years ago, it's like, well, congratulations, Daniel, you got your new certified streaming hit on the channel. So I'm like, well, that's why I'm still going to continue the milk of the tier list streams. Not only they're interactive with you guys watching the videos, but also trying to keep my quote-unquote pop culture knowledge and media alive, and also to not, you know, torture my eyes to sleep through editing. It's like, yeah, I guess it's brilliant but lazy just to talk about movies in a stream, but at the exact same time, it's much more easier as long as it doesn't lag, and it's cool to have like at least a couple of my friends be saying, hey, what's your thoughts on this, and what's your thoughts on that, and then you guys talk about like what's your fan favorite thoughts. So I guess I'll take that away. But yeah, if it weren't for like ranking those movies and TV shows literally 2 years ago, which I did back in June 23rd, 2024, one of Donovan away. But for this one coming up, I'm just going to rank the songs, like Sonic songs in particular, which that'll be the stream that I haven't thought of a day just yet, but I'll definitely think about it next week. And I will have a new special guest star, which I won't say the name of this new person, but definitely someone new to the streams. So what's your opinion on Duran Duran? Bro, I was just listening to Duran Duran not too long ago. Why? Because of Shrek 2 of I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. I smell like a smell outside of the house, and I'm hungry like the wolf hungry. Funny enough, thanks to Shrek, that's how I got introduced to half of those licensed songs. So thank you, Shrek 1, Shrek 2, that introduced me to Duran Duran, The Romantics, Smash Mouth, obviously, and I think Billy Joel as well, especially when it comes to other obscure songs. No, what are you doing? I like big. Okay, I think I know who the guest is, but I will not say the person's name. I was going to say, how do you know, bro? You're not even into the intel. It's like, what, am I going to invite Speed Supersonic? I mean, that would be hilarious, but I don't have the budget, or in this case, afford Speed Supersonic, even though it would be so funny because, bro, I cannot take... Well, even when I watch Ricardo in his live streams, I cannot take bro seriously. It's like, bro, how is he a year younger than me, but he looks like he's a grown sugar daddy in his 30s? I don't know why. And the funniest thing about Speed Supersonic, like I said, I doubt he watches my content. Are you inviting the angry video game nerd? I mean, like I said, if I had the budget time, that would be hilarious, but nah, that would be pretty cool, even though, you know, that's a big YouTuber. But if I had Ricardo, it's like, bro, I would be like, bro, I can't take your dolphin-ass laugh seriously where he laughs. Bro, I can't take him seriously. What's even more funny is he doesn't come off as the stereotypical Sonic fan. And what do I mean by that? As in, yeah, I think Sonic is not that good, and basically I'm just gonna sit for Sonic Shadow just for that. I have an idea because of a specific video. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. But anyway, let me just climb up so that I don't die for the third time. Yeah, I'm going to invite Sam Procrastinates in my video so then he could say his iconic meme that the fan base always makes fun of Sam Procrastinates. It's 8 in the morning! What are you doing? Yeah, it's just so hilarious. But yeah, if I don't pass Act 3, I'm like, yeah, we're going to move on to the next Sonic game. Because like I said, if I'm just going to be playing the same level again, it's going to get very repetitive in this live stream. And like I said, the plan is like not play one game, just play all the classic games. Yeah, I think I'm gonna die. Hey, coins. Okay, yeah, so I'm definitely gonna need that for like everybody. Dude, you're giving me nostalgia core memories. Of course I played the Cars 2006 video game. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think Cars 1 is literally gonna turn 20 years old literally in the next coming days. I think it came out in June 9th, 2006. Bro, like Cars 1 not only is like, you know, the first movie I watched in theaters in around that time, but secondly, wait, you seriously did not know who Emmy Jones was? I knew who she was way before, you know, controversial stuff happened. But either way, Cars 1. Let me get on top for that. Bro, it was literally the first movie I watched in the theater when I was like 4 years old. Had the McDonald's Lightning McQueen toy. I had Doug Hudson as my Kellogg's car because my dad was a huge mechanic car guy. And even though I wasn't passionate for cars, but my father was like, yeah, I could borrow my son because it's literally like one thing. And the one thing I will give Cars respect, aside from the merchandise, aside from the nostalgia, Cars made me fall in love with country rock music. Not country music, country rock music when it comes to Life is a Highway, Brad Paisley songs. And when it comes to the video game, dude, I have a lot of core memories of the Cars 2006 video game. There's one moment where I'm playing as Lightning McQueen, and I think it's like one of the race levels. There's this one song that is rent-free in my head, which I even referenced in one of my old Wayne Daffy videos, where the song goes, I'm the best looking guy in town, and I like it. I'm the only one. Dude, Cars easily has the best soundtrack for a Pixar movie. Like, if I say Shrek has the best soundtrack for a DreamWorks movie, the Cars movies easily has the best songs for, like, all the ones. Hey, even though Cars 2, Cars 3 may not be the best movies, but hey, their songs slap. Like, Around the World, Weezer did a song cover, If You May Think I'm Crazy. Even Brad Paisley came back for the soundtrack for Cars 3. And yeah, the irony of Pixar. But Cars won the video game. The funniest thing is, whenever I play that game, I always run over Mater so many times, and Mater always cries like, ah, shoot, why do that, McQueen? So yeah, I had a lot of fun memories. And one of the things I like about playing that game is I get to customize Lightning McQueen's skin in Ramon's auto shop, or in this case his paint shop. And that's one of the things I like. And even when I was a kid, I had the Radiator Springs playset because yeah, if you're one of those kids that grew up with the Cars franchise, you bet your bottom dollar you got yourself the die-cast collection, maybe have some of the playsets, because back then, Cars used to be Pixar's Fast and Furious, but now I guess their Fast and Furious is Toy Story as of right now. But that being said, it felt like Fast and Furious for kids, and we were like the target audience when those movies came out. And secondly, the merchandise was cool. Mater's Tall Tale was pretty nice. Still have the Cars diecast. I still have my Lightning McQueen ones. Cars 1 is peak, Cars 2 is okay, Cars 3 is great. I kind of like the fact, and I think I mentioned this in like one of my old Pixar streams, that Cars 2, I mean, sure, if you're talking right now, yeah, it used to be a bit, like, it used to be the worst Pixar movie. But now with movies like Lightyear, Turning Red, and other crappy Pixar movies, no, it is not the worst. Like, yes, it may be the weakest Cars movie, but no, it's not the worst Pixar movie, because at least, because just like how I see Shrek the Third, like Shrek the Third is the weakest Shrek movie, but it has its some enjoyable moments. Like Cars 2, not perfect, but at least it has some entertaining moments, even though it's just a big budget Mater's Tall Tale story, even though, yeah, basically, it's kind of funny that Pixar back in the day is like, let's just milk off the funniest comic relief character between Mater and Dory, but let's be honest, Mater is a much more funnier character than Dory. The soundtrack for the game has punk, like pop punk, which I do love that for the instrumental one. Yeah, Cars 2 is a much better movie than Turning Red and Lightyear. Turning Red was cringe and Lightyear was boring. Dang, my least favorite part of this game. Hold on, let me just read the comments real quick. Soundtrack, oh yeah, all the American Rejects, Night Drive, yeah, I also like that as well. Even have spin-offs with Planes. Like, even though Planes is I think Planes is somewhat tied into the Cars universe, even though it's not made by Pixar, but it has literally the exact same tractors from the Cars universe. Sorry, Roxy, you guys stop crying, baby. Cars 2 is basically Pixar Shrek the Third, pretty much. That's the best way to describe it. Like the weakest one, but far from being the worst one that the studio has ever brought up. But I'll never forget that everyone in my school was very hyped for Cars 2. The funniest thing about Cars 2 is Cars 2 was still in theaters back in 2011, and I was in an after-school camp when I was a kid, and one of the teachers was like, hey kids, want to watch Cars 2? And everyone went nuts by saying, yeah, Cars 2! Woo! But guess what? The teacher gave us a Redbox bootleg, and it's called Cars Live 2, and we're like, bruh, what a way to bootleg us with terrible ripoffs. And in my mind, by saying, how can you rent Cars 2 in Redbox when the movie was still playing in theaters? And I'm like, yeah, because it's one of these crappy bootlegs like Ratatouille, Wing, Warrior, Kung Fu Panda, like, you know, ripoffs of beloved animated movies that we grew up with. And I'm like, bro, that was so funny, man. And it's kind of funny that usually each Cars movie comes out each summer, and traditionally I always watch it with my dad. It's kind of funny that my dad forgets by saying, wait, there was a Cars 2 and Cars 3. I'm like, yeah, we literally watched Cars 3 in the theater around that time. But, you know, it's a Pixar movie since, you know, Toy Story 5 is the next Pixar film. That's the usual summer release date for all their sequels, especially the Cars movies in particular. But that being said, I mostly enjoy the Cars movies. Like, if I had to compare them to the sequels, I do say Cars 2 and Cars 3 are much more enjoyable than Incredibles 2 and Finding Dory. But I can't say it's better than the Toy Story sequels. I mean, I can't speak about 5, but yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, sure, Inside Out 2 is probably the better sequel, but like I said, I don't think it's as entertaining as the Cars sequels, in my opinion. So that's just my hot take because, you know, I have my nostalgia bias for the Cars movies. But yeah, the first movie is peak, which I'm glad that first movie's coming 20 years. It's like, bro, come on, from Real Gone to Life's a Highway, and the life lesson of the first movie teaches, like, it's okay to appreciate the little things, even if it's not going to go in your way. Yeah, the first Cars movie had pretty deep stuff the more that you get older. Cars 2 has, like, the best. Yeah, if you're talking, like, in terms of visuals, especially when it comes to Tokyo, yeah, I mean, why do you think Fast and Furious 3, Sonic 3, and most iconic movies that has, like, Tokyo set piece? Because, bro, it's so good to look at on film, whether it's live action or animated. And yeah, I mean, I'm going off topic as of right now. Yeah, this is one of my least favorite reasons why I don't like Marble Act Zone. And like I said, one of the reasons why I don't like about this first game is like, dude, what is the point of giving us a third act in a Sonic game where you could just give us 2 in a boss fight and that's about it? So, moving on ahead. Like I said, if I die for, like, let's say 1 or 2 more times in this game, yeah, I'm moving on to the next game. Do you think they bring back Infinite? Yeah, they did for the Team Chaotix podcast that they did. I'm surprised that the voice actor for Infinite is the same guy who voiced Deadpool in the Marvel Rivals games. I'm like, okay, I did not expect the voice of Deadpool for Marvel Rivals to be a Sonic fan, even though I never met the guy in person, but I saw at MegaCon he was wearing like a Sonic shirt by saying, huh, no wonder the voice of Deadpool is a Sonic fan. That's honestly pretty cool. But Cars 2, oh no, I can't read this comment real quick. Cars 2 is one of the best Pixar, like, visually speaking, yeah, I would say for sure, since, you know, I feel like OG Pixar had the sauce back in the day. I'm not saying, I mean, Hoppers is a pretty decent movie, but I won't say it's like, oh, top 10 best Pixar movies ever, but definitely far from the terrible ones. I remember when, I remember. Okay, good question, hold on, okay, just make sure I don't die in this game. Hold on, let me pause real quick, because like I said, there's a lot of comments catching up. Okay, good question. Could they bring them back in Cross Worlds? I mean, given the fact that, what was the last Sonic characters they put? Was it the IDW characters? Yeah, I mean, kind of interesting that the only villains they got is Eggman, Metal Sonic, a random Egg Pawn, and 2 members of the Deadly Six. But let's be honest, nobody likes the Deadly Six. It's just their poor attempt of the Sinister Six with the Sonic characters. What's your thoughts on the teaser of Ice Age 6? I mean, that's my thoughts on it. It's like, I mean, cool, you got the voice cast back, and sure, the animation's fine without Blue Sky, but that being said, do we really need another Ice Age movie? Because Ice Age, look, I have nostalgia for the movies, and yes, the first 3 movies are good, but Ice Age is like Jurassic Park. It's like nostalgia fan, like, it's a nostalgia franchise that grew up in your childhood, but I feel like Ice Age is one of those franchises like Jurassic Park where the movies get worse and worse over time and it doesn't hold up. So I'm not really, like, for me personally, I'm not excited for the new movies. More like, it's gonna make money because nostalgia for it, but I don't expect it to be as good as the older movies in my opinion. But either way, someone mentions the Sonic 2 special, like the special stages. Yeah, they are pretty hard. But this level right here is very hard as well. Come on, Nick Offerman, save me with your metal beard. And yeah, this is what I don't like. Like, you can tell during Sonic 1, they were trying the best to copy Mario around that time because I'm like, yeah, we need a rival against Mario. But, dude, the reason why we enjoy the Sonic games is all the running, not the jumping. I mean, yes, there is hopping and jumping for the Sonic games, but not in this way, man. It's like, I feel like Marvel Zone is kind of like their attempt of ripping off Bowser's Castle in the Mario game, so I'm like, yeah. But like I said before, it's their first game, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. But you know, like I said, it's the one that gave birth to the franchise since the very beginning. Okay, take down these badnik-looking bats, and the worst thing about losing your rings in these lava, forest lava things, yoink, no, no. Okay, sounding like a... Wow, I thought I was not going to make it, but I was proven wrong. Or am I? Checkpoint, please, 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 please. Sonic Origins, yes. What? I actually beat it. I beat it. I finally beat it, y'all. Okay, now we're back to this boss fight. Down, no. Like I said, if I lose, I still win because I am the Eggman. Okay, fire. But yeah, at least I finally got a checkpoint. Oink, 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 oink. Yeah, oink, you stupid blue pig. This would be a good version, Neo Metal Sonic. Okay, good, I have a checkpoint. Do I have rings? No, I don't have rings. That is not fair. Bro, why? Have you played Sonic Superstars? You'll be surprised. I haven't because I've heard Sonic fans saying, yeah, this game is pretty bad. It's not that good. So I can't really have an opinion on Superstars, but I've heard that Sega says it's a disappointment. And besides, I've never heard that much friends of mine played Sonic Superstars, so I personally probably have like no interest on playing it. But I understand that Superstars was trying to do like what Sonic Generations did, like, yeah, bring back the classic Sonic in 3D platform, and you can have multiplayer, which, if you want me to play Superstars, I might consider it in the future, but as of right now, I'm just focusing on the Origins. Hold up. No, don't die in lava, so then you don't be like dry Bowser Skeleton. But bro, I never would have thought I would beat this, but I actually did, live on stream. It's like, bro, it took me a while off stream. Dr. Eggman, more like Dr. Pigman. But yeah, a good Sonic Scissor 6, Neo Metal Sonic, Chaos, Shadow to Situation, Raboon, Shadow, Mephiles, Dark Code. There we go, that's a more superior Scissor 6. Oh, this is actually my first time playing this level, honestly, so this is quite new for me. Hey, the Crab Meat, which obviously it's a much more bigger budget in the third movie, where it's like a giant plastic toy, which funny enough, I do actually own that toy. But yeah, not gonna lie, this level from Sonic 1 is definitely giving me like Sonic CD vibes, which, here's my hot take. I honestly, okay, I'll say this. Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, like Sonic 2 has the better levels and the better music, but I will be honest, I had a blast, pun. I have a blast playing Sonic CD because the music is cool, especially the Japanese soundtrack is I mean, like I said, it's no brainer that the Japanese soundtrack is more superior than the American version. And secondly, what I also like about CD is the time-traveling aspect, so I'm like, taking notes for Sonic 4. Do you think Frontiers Definitive is real? I don't think they would have done it earlier than now. I mean, the Summer Game Fest is happening right now, isn't it? So I will not be surprised if they do Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition. But my question is, why give a Definitive Edition for a game that came out like 4 years ago? It's like for Sonic Colors, this game that I'm playing, Sonic and Shadow Generations, I get it. Those games came out like a decade, more than a decade ago. But Frontiers, that game only came out for like what? Like 4 years ago? So it's not really that old. So I don't know, man. I think it is possible, but that being said, what's the point of buying all of these bundle packs for these Sonic games, or in this case, Sonic Frontiers, for a game that came out 4 years ago? Like I said, that's just a Sega thing to do. They always release bonus content. Like, even though I didn't get Sonic Origins when it first released, neither Sonic Origins Plus, but why wait for a full year just to get bonus content? Like, that's not fair, man. I mean, I understand that games take a lot of years of development, hell, just to get past through. Yo. Okay, hold on. Let me just get past through. So, heads up, when you do Sonic streams, you're definitely going to get judged. I mean, it's a tier list thing. Exactly. Frontier's not that old. So I'm like, I mean, even though I do believe it is real, and who knows, maybe the Summer Game Fest stream, like I said, if I see in my own spare time on the live stream, maybe I'll just say in my own spare time. But either way, the reason why I'm doing this stream so early, because usually I do these gaming streams like so late at night, but personally I don't like doing it at nighttime because there's like less amount of people that will like go to this live stream, and at the same time, I do have busy plans later on for tonight for myself personally. Have I seen Ice Age 6? Bro, I literally just explained my thoughts. Ice Age 6, that's just my thoughts on it. Like, I mean, it's a franchise with diminishing returns, and I don't think the future movies will get better. Yes, I grew up with the movies, but like I said, the movies just, I mean, the later movies, they just suck out of that. Anyway, Sorry, Rexy. And plus, that rumor just came out of nowhere. Yeah, it did not came out from any official source. It's like, you know, Sonic leaks always have a habit by saying like, yeah, 4chan, this Reddit user leak of what's happening in the Sonic games. You know, that's pretty common in the Sonic fan community, so it's not really that too surprising. Yeah. I mean, like I said, even if you don't give a crap about Ice Age, I'm like, yeah, it's not really a franchise that I don't feel the same anymore. Ice Age Crossworlds, no. We don't need to see Sid the Sloth and Manny and Diego to be whatnot. Like I said, I enjoyed the first 3 movies, but Ice Age 4 and 5... yeah, they're pretty mid, honestly, so that's why I'm not really that excited for Ice Age 6. And you're probably thinking, why give Shrek 5 a chance? Because, at least for Shrek, we haven't seen that franchise in a while for Toy Story and Ice Age, they did have movies that came out, like, literally not too long ago, so it's not like, oh, I miss you guys, because it has been, like, what, 20, 30 years? Yeah, what do you do in this level, guys? I forgot what's the name of it. I think it's called something something garden. It's like, yeah, not referring to the band Soundgarden. Fell on black days. The only Ice Age movie I watch is Ice Age 3. I say Ice Age 3 is the best sequel, but personally I like the first movie just because at least the first movie felt like the most mature one, and I got used to it once when I got older. Scrap Brain Zone. Yeah, thanks for like giving me the name. Am I supposed to go up? Okay, never mind. That's another zone. Who that calling my name? Yeah, I'm calling up your name is. Yeah, am I supposed to go up or down? Okay, I think I'm about to go on up. No. Okay, hold on. It's Taco Tuesday. Okay, I guess I gotta do spring. Yep, there we go, because that's a common thing I gotta keep in mind for these classic games. Like, yeah, if you don't have a Tails or a Knuckle to help you out, it's like, yeah, you have to use your speed, because that's what you're made for. Do you hear a rumor about Sonic Heroes? Yeah, I don't think it's possible right now, because here's one thing I notice about these remasters. Like, if I'm not counting the classic games, I'm noticing that these modern remastered Sonic games are usually, like, using the ones that has, like, the current voice cast, so I don't think they would bring back the old Sonic voice cast, like your Ryan Drumheads or David Humphreys, so, like, you know, do remasters of that. And I think Sonic fans, I mean, it just depends who you ask when it comes to the Sonic fan community. I don't think some fans will be fine of, like, remastered classic Sonic games. I mean, like, modern Sonic games, like the old ones with the current voice cast are like, oh, it just doesn't feel the same. Or at least the graphics are good, but they should have brought back Ryan Drummond and not Roger Craig Smith. Because, like I said, you know, that's how Sonic fans are. They can't be happy for what they want nowadays. But, Heroes Remake, so I don't know if they're able to do it, which I will say it would make sense that, I mean, Sonic X Generations make the most sense because, you know, remastering Sonic Generations, but also the Euro Shadow, like Shadow content. Shadow's going to be in the new Sonic movie. And I feel like since Amy Rose and Metal Sonic are going to get a lot of spotlight in the 4th movie, and since they are technically the new characters in the 4th film, I do say Sega has to do something with both Amy and Metal for the sake of the new upcoming movie, whether it's just a remastered or something. I feel like they'll have to do a bunch of Amy Metal Sonic playing the Crossworlds. Yeah, Neo Metal Sonic will be pretty nice because I do believe we will get Neo Metal, because if they don't do Neo Metal for Sonic 4, it just wouldn't feel right and be like, yeah, Metal Sonic and multiple Terminator Ultron things, that will not be enough. And, you know, obviously Jeff Fowler knows the fan base really well, so of course he knows, like, what the fans want. So getting Neo Metal Sonic, and speaking of Neo Metal Sonic, I feel like that's going to be like the big merchandise spoilers, because each of the Sonic movies has a habit of like spoiling things when it comes to the toys. Like, yeah, Super Sonic is spoiled, Super Shadow is spoiled, even though it wasn't really that surprising. I feel like Neo Metal Sonic will be like the next Superstars Final Boss BS. I believe it is, even though I've never played the game, but I've heard complaints about it, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to spend like $30 on a game that most people are not really like the biggest fan of. Huh, that was much more easier than I thought. Hot take, Sonic Boom had so much potential, but Sega had to rush and ruin development of the game. Not just Sonic Boom the game, but just Sonic Boom as a whole. Like, it's not bad, but I feel like Sega basically was trying to like bring an identity crisis by saying, yeah, Sonic Boom is not part of the main canon, it's meant to be its own thing, just to give Sonic a scarf and give him toilet paper and have this Saturday Night Live, Seinfeld type of comedy when it comes to the TV show. The only good thing of Sonic Boom was the TV show. The games, they suck. And yeah, unfortunately, the worst thing is, and I remember from this era, which obviously we can easily say this is the dark era of the Sonic franchise, where some Sonic games were exclusive to the Wii U, even though the Wii U does not age well looking back at it. Which, you know, back then it's like, yeah, if you can't play Sonic 06 or Sonic Elite, you can play like these, like Nintendo Wii spin-off games such as Unleashed. What else came out? Yeah, Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knights, and Sonic and the Secret Rings. Yeah, because obviously they were experimenting like Nintendo exclusives for third-party tools, since we don't do Sega consoles or the Dreamcast. Here we go. Dude, I know you're that same user that asks a bunch of questions, and I'm not going to respond to every single one of them, because it can get repetitive and annoying. Not you guys, but just the user that just popped up right now. No, I'm gonna die! Okay, said many times, I don't want Amy and Metal from the future because that makes it redundant for Silver. For me, okay, here's my hot take. For Amy, I agree, but for Metal Sonic, no, it actually would make the most sense for CD if Robotnik is like in a different timeline. And hear me out, there's like a different timeline where Eggman actually wins, and let's say there's a timeline where Sonic is dead, or in this case, Eggman defeated him in like one of the earlier movies, like let's say Sonic 2 with the Death Egg robot of the, oh, I got him, I finally got him. But either way, that being said, I don't mind Metal Sonic like being from the future because one, that kind of brings creative liberty to CD, and the fact it would, I mean, the pop culture nerd in me is like, yeah, it'll be a nice reference to Terminator where you have this android robot from the future try to save this other person before their future's doomed. Because the best way I would describe Sonic 4 and to like comparing it to other movies, it would be like Terminator 2 Judgment Day meets Back to the Future Part 2 meets Avengers Age of Ultron, if that makes sense. No, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I was gonna say, I knew I was gonna die for this. That's what I don't like about the first game. It's like these quote-unquote barrier traps and then be like, yeah, I just don't make it. Don't know why, but Sonic Lost World was the classic Sonic game that I, like, all grown up. Hold on, bro, I can't read this. Okay, all because Sonic's moves end the game, but I just think it's modern Sonic. Yeah, you wanna know what's crazy? I've been hearing rumors like saying like, oh, Sonic's gonna get a new design. It's like, bro, why would they even... Like, I'm not gonna believe in that because we pretty much got the same modern Sonic design for like over 20 years now, so... I just think, I mean, just like with Sonic Boom, it's like, why would you give the character a new design? Would that give, like, some identity crisis when it comes to, like, the brand and be like, yeah, this is not the same Sonic, it's a different variation of that. So I'm like, as much as I like Sega, but clearly they don't make the most smartest decisions all the time. Oh, what's your opinion on Panic at the Disco? I may not be the biggest fan of the band, but I do like some other songs when it comes to, like, All My Life on Simple Sponge, and some other ones. Woohoo! But yeah, let me just read this one. Okay, if they made time travel to a film, say Metal Sonic Planet Sonic, so Sonic was never born. Yeah, pretty much like Shrek Forever After. Here we go. So many spikes because of the Sonic game. Do you heard about the cancel Sonic Mania 2? Yeah, I have heard about, they actually were considering of making a direct sequel for Mania, but I forgot what the reasons were, because obviously we are so past the Mania era, but I did hear there was going to be a follow-up. People thought this game was going to be the follow-up to Mania, but unfortunately it isn't. So, except for what it is. But that being said, even though Sonic Origins does play the classic hits, but here's my hot take, I honestly prefer Mania more, because at least Mania take the best from the classic Sonic era, but they also make it like their own identity. And the one thing I will give Mania credit over Origins is the fact that, at least in Mania, you can actually switch characters during the gameplay as long as you find the character box. But for Origins, you can't switch the characters during the gameplay. It's like, oh, whichever character you choose will be like your definitive choice. So it is what it is. Anyway, let me just go back to the stream. Yeah, we're over the 1 hour mark. So I played Sonic 1. No, not the title screen. Okay, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah, continue. But I'm not going to continue playing Sonic 1. I meant to leave the game because I've been playing Sonic 1 so many times, I kind of want to switch it up so then it doesn't become too boring to play the same game. Ooh, I just unlocked something new. Let me see. Because, yeah, I'm not crazy on getting, like, all the achievements for this game. Like, for Sonic X Generations, I did because I'm like, yeah, get all the Shadow collectibles, get the Sonic collectibles. So, yeah, cool, it's just more Sonic 90s art, got the Tails one, got the Knuckles one, got some more 2017 art because, you know, Mania was big. So, anything else different or, nah, nothing much. Gravy. But yeah, that's it for Sonic 1. I kind of want to move on to, you guys get to choose, should I choose CD or Sonic 2? CD mainly because, yeah, that's Sonic 4, literally the inspiration for that. Because like I said, we can just either go one way, either like, oh, let's be chronologically timeline accurate because Sonic CD came out before Sonic 2, or just go straight to Sonic 2 because, yeah, Tails in it. Play CD, okay, I see one vote for CD, and like I said, yeah, that's the fourth movie's inspiration that's taking place from. The one thing that I'm hoping what Sonic 4 does, which thankfully the teaser trailer, like, used it, was like, bro, the best thing about CD is the soundtrack, especially with the music, like Sonic Boom. I'm talking about the song, not the Sonic Boom TV show, bro. Sonic Boom and this song slaps hard, bro. Like I'm gonna talk about the song for a later time for CD, but at the exact same time, bro, the song is peaking, which hopefully, just like how Sonic Movie 3 utilized Live and Learn as the main theme for the movie, Sonic 4 has to do the same for Sonic Boom. But anyway, let me just read this real quick since only one vote for CD. Sonic Boom, you can do everything. Okay, you guys are mentioning CD a lot, so I might as well play CD. So I originally thought Origins was going to have all 4 classic games and original story. Yeah, kind of like what Mania did, because Mania is basically just a remaster of all those games, but just like, you know, their own take on it. So let's go start. Okay, I remember back in the day they say Sonic CD was the one. Hey, they're playing the song. Alright, who should I play, y'all? Should I play as Sonic or Amy? Just because, for me, I'm like, let me just play, like, different other characters to see, like, switch it up a bit, if you get what I mean, when it comes to, like, Sonic, Tails, and Amy as well. You know, I'm just gonna go with Sonic because, yeah, in the fourth, in this game, Amy's basically the Princess Peach in this game, but obviously in the fourth movie, she's defending Sonic. The one thing I'm hoping that they don't do with movie Amy's, like, don't make her a copycat to movie Princess Peach. I will not be the biggest fan of that. Best classic title screen next to Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, because I was going to say, yeah, I could literally play as Tails and Knuckles because I know in CD he didn't meet Tails or Knuckles yet in this game. So, yeah, I'm going to start off with new game. Does the cutscene play? Yes, there we go, bro. Bro, if this is not in the fourth movie, I'm going to riot, man. Dude. My introduction to this song was literally playing Sonic Generations, the original game. It's like, bro, we need this in the fourth movie. You can strong, you can fly, you can reach the other sky. It is peak 90s Sonic music, y'all. Like I said, it was playing the teaser. I will be honest, I would not mind if this is referenced in the fourth movie. But you can handle. Whoa, lost your testy, Sonic. Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom. Boom, Sonic boom. Sing it, ladies. Save the planet from disaster. That's my favorite. That's literally my favorite part in the lyric. I don't know why. But bro, the ending, like the ending cutscene, but the ending song of the Sonic boom. It's like, bro, if they don't reference the acoustic guitar in the fourth movie, I'm gonna be pissed, man. They're going. I mean, I know there's other songs, but this is easily the best song in this game. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. The Live and Learn the 90s, hell yeah, bro. Sonic Boom. Bro, I can't wait to talk about this song in the Sonic Songs tier list stream, which I guess you guys can tell, I probably know where I'm going to rank the song. Save the planet from this side. Boom, Sonic Boom. Are we going to get this in the fourth movie, like get Little Planet? And yeah, it doesn't give CD credit. Not only CD introduced Sonic songs, they gave us our first Sonic cutscene in the game. Oh yeah, you like the Crush 40 song? Sonic Boom! Okay, I like that in the production of Sonic 4. Literally, their production stage name was literally called Palm Tree Panic, which is basically a reference to this game. Do I think Palm Tree Panic will be in the fourth movie? I don't think so, because the second movie referenced Emerald Hill, but there was no Emerald Hill recognition in the second movie. I mean, I think the first movie was called Casino Night as the production stage name, but that was like Sonic 2. We need Sonic Boom, not the show, and What I Made Of. Yeah, we definitely need What I Made Of, because if you're going to do Metal Overlord Sonic 4, yeah, it wouldn't feel right if we don't get, let me show you what I'm made of. And yeah, the best part of this game, yeah, it is the first game that gave us time travel, which I guess, and yeah, I also like the CD sprint, which, yeah, this is why I like CD more than the first game. Like, I had much more fun playing CD, which, like I said, even though Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles are the better classic games, but like I said, CD, in my opinion, is just a much better game to play than Sonic 1, since Sonic 1 has its limits. Yeah, it's been a while since I played CD in a while. And yeah, that's the sprint I like of the beep. Much better. But yeah, I probably might be missing some other comps, which, yeah, back then where you have these mosquito batnicks. And yeah, this is what I like about CD, like this sprint things. Wait, I need to time travel, so I go to future, which once again, we're definitely going to see these elements in the fourth movie. Oh no, I got a sim. There's a girl sipping for me. Help, help. She's gonna suck my chili dog. Help me. And yeah, okay, I know this is the US American version, but obviously the Japanese CD music is the more superior way to like play CD. But a deal. Imagine the ending of Sonic Boom was canon with Amy dies in this game just like Sonic 2 Game Gear. Oh, yo, I remember this. The special stages, which I will give credit to Sonic Mania doing this. Sonic, stop. Okay, stop spraying, bro. Because, yeah, I remember Sonic Mania had like their own 3D version, then I gotta go with this. Gotta keep it going when you lose your mind. Oh, right, the time. Where's the emerald? I'm trying to catch the emerald. No. Am I supposed to catch the emerald? Ah. He's my friend. This can't be... Okay, that's not it. That's not it. Okay, Sonic. Slowing down, buddy. Oh, okay, there's a timer. I get it now. No, the emerald. I need it. Come back. The Japanese OST special stage speak. I could imagine. And I'm out of bounds. Oh, yeah. Hot take, I prefer... What? Okay, what makes you say... Okay, there's only one thing I will agree on the US soundtrack is Eggman's theme, which, oh, I almost forgot to say, bro, just like Sonic Movie 3 reference 2 of Eggman's theme of I Am the Eggman as a ringtone, they even play his 06 theme in the Space Colony arc where they goes, me O'Neill. Bro, if Junkie XL, if you have the balls to do this for Sonic 4, are you gonna reference that creepy Eggman theme that goes, whoa, it's like, bro, if they reference that in the fourth movie's music track, I'm gonna lose my mind. Come on, no. Some parts of the Japanese soundtrack are forgettable and annoying. I disagree on that. Sure, not all of them remember, like, nah, the Japanese music, in my opinion, is the best way. Just, like, listen to the CD music. And besides, speaking of forgettable, I don't remember too much from the US soundtrack aside from Palm Tree Panic and Eggman's American theme. Which, yeah, speaking of CD, I do remember the curse of CD meme. Okay, might as well continue more on this special stage. I do love the fonts of CD, and that's what makes CD truly one of its kind around that time. And yeah, since CD's basically the adaptation for Sonic 4, yeah, but obviously, I think they will adapt Heroes elements because, come on, you have Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow, and obviously they were not involved in CD, but, you know, creative liberties, it's an adaptation, they can just do whatever they want, honestly. Okay, what am I supposed to get? Get her done, get her done. Gotta go blue dabba dee dabba die. Sonic, no. You're not supposed to run over there. Sonic, no. Because I'm supposed to destroy all of them, am I? Why are you trying to wing your fag at me? It's like, bro, trying to be like Bugs Bunny, be like, you guys stinker. Not gonna lie, I kind of want Sonic 4 to be Sonic Heroes. You mean the movie? I'm gonna be brutally honest, man. I don't, like, personally, I like the movies being called 1, 2, and 3 because then that would confuse the audience by saying, like, oh, wait, what? I'm like, is this supposed to be a spin-off or a reboot? Like, if they reboot Sonic, like, as an animated reboot, then sure. But to me, I kind of like the movies kind of take the more simplified 1, 2, 3, and 4 since we don't have that much nowadays because, you know, most sequels are now named after subtitles, which, you know, for those who are not die-hard fans of the franchise, we're like, wait, which part is this in this movie? Is this part 1 or part 2? Oh, I did it! There you go. Okay, what do I earn? What do I earn? Hey, a time stone! I get it now. Got the time stones, which, to be fair, are we gonna get time stones in the movie? Because I know the teaser shows Chaos M rolls, but I'm like, well, CD is basically a big part when it comes to the time stones, so I'm like, And also, full disclosure, guys, this is literally my first time playing CD, like collecting a time stone. But yeah, look, it's the production title of Palm Tree Panic, because like I said, it's the first level in CD. But also, another thing I also want to point out is, I like that the first movie's production title was called Casino Night, which is like a level for Sonic 2, even though there was no Casino Night reference in the first movie. Same goes for Emerald Hill. The only Emerald Hill reference was the teaser, but it was not played in the second movie, which is why the second movie, too, OST is not bad, but it is kind of forgettable. But then for Sonic 3, it's so funny that Sonic 3's production team is called Wallace because, get it? Because, hi, Wallace and Gromit, we're British, we are filming in the London, UK, bro. But other than that, it's like, yeah, bro, I can't take it seriously when they're trying to, like, you know, try to use one thing. I thought they would, like, use Westopolis as a reference, but either way, it is what it is. Yeah, do I complete the level? But yeah, Sonic 4's production team is this level, Palm Tree Panic. Yeah, I know the next one is where Metal Sonic kidnaps Amy. I guess you could say Tokyo's Movie's Virtuous Westopolis. Because, yeah, you could say that because it's kind of like they're... Because obviously the plot of Sonic 3 is Sonic Adventure 2, but at the exact same time, the Shadow game still was an influence since, you know, Jeff Fowler worked on it. And what do you know? The one thing that I'm hoping that CD... No. What the fourth movie takes inspiration from CD is this. The bad feature elements, which from that Sonic 3 concept art where you get to see Jim Carrey's Eggman wearing, like, this Flash Gordon Emperor villain type of character... So, I definitely like to see that. Uh-oh, here it comes. This is the music theme I want them to reference for Eggman's theme for Sonic 4, where it goes, whoa. This music track, like, makes a lot of creepypastas back in the day, like Sonic EXE creepypastas. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna pause right here. Are you familiar with the version of Sonic CD, like, called Miracle Edition? I don't think I have, but I am aware that Sonic CD has been, like, what was I going to say? Sonic CD is always like in a lot in the App Store so many times, so not that by many. So I'm just going to make sure it's like, crap, now I got to relist things on my eBay item. Excuse me for a second. I mean, I'll just chat with you guys in the second real quick, since I got to sell some things in my eBay store. I really just went to the post office. Okay, I want to recreate the Sonic Gems collection box art. Oh, I remember that. The Sonic not Sonic Generations. It was like a Sonic Genesis era that plays like not just Sonic games, but also some classic games at the same time as well. Let me see right here, right now. Go ahead, take a bow. I will be honest, sometimes when I forget some games that I'm like, oh crap, how do you defeat this boss fight again? Sometimes I just cheat my way by saying, yeah, I'm just going to look up a YouTube video and just saw a gameplay. Because yeah, if the internet did not exist, then it would have been such a hard time. You probably would have asked like your friend, brother, cousin, or whatever, be like, hey, help me fight this boss battle. Okay, let me see this. You're surprised that Shadow never did his SA2 pose in the film or promo. We sort of got it. Like, I mean, we kind of got it in like one art that says #1 movie in America, but it wasn't directly the pose, but it was like close enough, but it's not like identically accurate. I remember before Origins, Sonic CD has trouble fitting the timeline of classic Sonic games. Yeah, especially since CD technically came out before. Like, yeah, it comes out before in the timeline, but not in the fact where it's like, yeah, like Sonic 2 is like the second game of the franchise, but timeline-wise, CD is the one. I meant Adventure 2 Battle, not regular Adventure. Oh, okay, never mind, I see what you mean. Alright, take it down with your giant dinosaur legs. Okay, even though Jim Carrey's Eggman did not use a jetpack, but Gerald did for a split second Sonic 3, which I thought that was funny by saying, wow, even his own grandfather would use a jetpack, but not his grandson. Yeah, I realized, yeah, in CD you don't save crits, it's just plants because, you know, environmental things. But yeah, if we play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, guys, yeah, the one thing that one thing that doesn't hold up for Origins, yes, I get it, because of Michael Jackson's lawsuit, but at the exact same time, it's like, bro, Michael Jackson and that Jetsons band are the reasons why Ice Cap Zone slaps. Oh, there she is. Okay, please do not simp over me. No, I do not want to have kids with you. Get off the way, Sim. S to the I to the M to the P. So yeah, in this game, obviously she becomes Princess Peach and gets kidnapped by Metal Sonic, but in the movie version, it's a role reverse by saying, yeah, this girl that's voiced by Princess Anna from Frozen would be the one that's saving Sonic. Which, the one thing that I'm just hoping that they don't do with movie Amy Rose, aside from the time traveling stuff, is just don't make Amy Rose a complete girl boss like Princess Peach. Like, make Amy Rose like the other characters like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow. Even Eggman suffers through loneliness, suffers through their flaws, and I guess to, like, make the female audience, like, you know, relate to the female character in the audience, it would be nice to see Amy. Like, obviously Amy can be badass and be capable, but I want to see Amy have her own struggles and have her own flaws, and Sonic finds his ways to, like, connect with her platonically, not romantically, platonically, as a friend, to, like, you know, go through thick and thin, even though she's doing the role reverse opposite. Hey, praying mantis. I'm like, yeah, that was probably the thing that Jim Carrey was referencing in Sonic 3. It's like, wow, I can't believe we got the Scorpion in a Sonic movie way before Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I remember my friend was laughing in the theater by saying, wow, we got the Scorpion in a Sonic movie before Spider-Man. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, the Carnival OST, ban, dan, dan. I mean, the prototype for the Carnival Zone's not that bad, but it felt so lackluster of, you know, not hearing the da 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 da. I will be honest, I don't remember much from Launch Bay Zone, but at the same time, it's more like, yeah, you could definitely tell there's something lackluster from the soundtrack. It's like, yeah, I mean, like I said, dues to the Michael Jackson estates, and even though Michael Jackson is the king of pop, it's like, bro, it doesn't, like, Ice Cap, like, I literally had to play the Ice Cap music, like, on YouTube, be like, this is much better, instead of just this beta version that Sega had in mind. I'm disappointed that Sonic Movie 2 did not pay a reference to Ice Cap Zone in terms of the music, which honestly would have made the scene much better. Or even the song that inspired Ice Cap Zone by the Jetsons, where it goes like, Time Spare, Okay, I'm still not that high for movie 4. Let me guess, because it's not, you know, as exciting as Shadow for movie 3 and the fact that it's the seedy storyline. I mean, like I said, I'm still looking forward to Sonic 4, but either way, I know Jeff Fowler wants to be confident since he's the director by saying, best Sonic movie yet by far. So I'm like, really? Best one by far? Because, look, I mean, I'm still excited for the movie. Don't get me wrong. It's like, better than 3? I don't know, man, because that live and learn moment and the Shadow stuff and the fact that usually, and this is just my biased opinion, usually when a third movie peaks in a franchise, I'll name some examples. Toy Story 3, Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Captain America Civil War. When the third movie, in my opinion, is considered the best in the franchise, it's gonna be hard to top what can you do after 3. So either way, that's one thing. Kind of my reason, but outside of that, Mental's not really hyping me up. I mean, the trailer, like I said, I like to be proven wrong when a trailer pops out. Like, I think Sonic 4 has the potential to be better than the first two. Like, I think Sonic 4 has the potential to be better than 1 and 2. But if it's going to be better than 3, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be, like, quote-unquote, better than 3, because I'm like, dude, that live and learn segment, and of course, that grief, loss, and also the best of Jim Carrey's performance aside from Sonic 2, it's like, what can you do to top that? I mean, the only thing I could see topping Sonic 3 is definitely for the final battle, easily Metal Overlord for Sonic Heroes take that as inspiration. And another thing I could see Sonic 4 topping Sonic 3 is the team-up dynamics of not just Sonic and Amy, but have Tails, Knuckles, and even Shadow in the team-up, which throughout the third movie, Shadow's been attacking Team Sonic and only teams up with Sonic at the end. I feel like that's another thing that's going to be cool. And the reason why I mentioned Avengers Age of Ultron, because that's another movie I could think of comparing Sonic 4. Like, Ultron's basically like, you know, an android half that wants the future to be better, but then he sees, like, you know, murder and basically just dark stuff for his future, and then you have like the Avengers taking down this robot invasion, and you see the different dynamics of the Avengers. So I would say Sonic 4 will be the Avengers Age of Ultron of the Sonic franchise, and when it comes to the movies, especially since Metal Sonic is basically going to be the Ultron of the franchise. But that being said, I feel like aside from Metal Overlord, like different Sonic characters teaming up with each other on screen than just Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and not just Shadow and whatnot. And also, what are they going to do with Jim Carrey's Eggman, which, even as much as I'm excited to see it come back, it's like, what can he do to top that for Sonic 3? What's your opinion on Fight Bro? Bro, it sucks that he got arrested, but I love that dude, man. Like, his pranks are so stupid, but it's that stupid humor that I like. But yeah, like, even though if there's like one Indian YouTuber I like, it's like, bro, that accent that he puts, I just can't. Ding dong, eat it well, and mix it up, sucking, shitting, excuse me, what? Are you saying McDonald's McCody? Knowing Banjo McCody. My name is Peter Parker from One More Services. Time to go out the effing store. Okay, this is what I do for a bunch of team-ups. Sonic and Amy, fighting thugs, Knuckles. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to catch up with the chat real quick, and then make sure we're good to go. Okay, Knuckles and Chow versus Metal Sonic, Sonic versus Sadako, Super Sonic and Super Chow versus Neo Metal. That's the only things I can see, like what can they do action scenes wise, like top Sonic 3? Since, sure, there may be no middle app, but I feel like Sonic 3 easily has the best action scenes next to Sonic 2. Oh yeah, we're doing this like a pinball game. Yippee! No, I'm about to die from the spikes. And speaking of which, guys, I mean, if you guys are gonna... Because I know some people have the habit of, like, you know, I'm going to watch 2 streams at the same time. I know they're doing the Summer Game Fest stream right now. But like I said, usually when it comes to these gaming streams, usually they don't go, you know, they don't show really that much interesting games that we don't really care that much about. So if there's like any, hey Daniel, look, Sega finally announced the Sonic stuff in the Summer Game stream, then cool, let me know ahead of time. But anyway, I am catching up delayed into the chat. Let me just read this real quick. Do you know, oh, yeah, I used to watch Flapjack. Weird show because I'm like, dude, the adult cartoon, I mean, yeah, the jokes were quite unhinged where it just made me be like, bro, how is this even a kid show for us to watch of how creepy and dark that show was when I was a kid? Let me just read another one. Sonic CD, Japanese soundtrack, super jamming, 100% agree. Maybe Sonic and Amy could hug. I was going to say, yeah, I don't mind a hug, but as for the kiss, I'm like, all right. I mean, look, I get this movie's going to have a lot of... I mean, I feel like the most annoying thing about Sonic 4, I'm pretty sure you might agree on this, the Sonic Amy shippers are going to have a big field day. I mean, for me, look, I'm not really a shipper, but for me, I'm not really, like, the biggest shipper when it comes to Sonic fan base. Like, I'm a shipper on other things. Like, I'm a shipper for Peter Parker and Gwen in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Dare I say, I also like Flynn Rider and Rapunzel's relationship in Tangled. And what's another one I also like? I also like Hiccup and Asterisk from How to Train Your Dragon. But that being said, Hecko's going to work on a video watching the stream. Yeah, to me, I was going to be lazy and be like, you know what, let me just go watch the Summer Game Fest if there is going to be like any Sonic news. But as of right now, I don't see anything in my notification by saying like, yeah. And like I said, usually from these gaming streams, they don't have that much exciting things for us more particularly. Like most of it's like for die-hard gamers that play like different different genres of games. Well, for most of us, since we're all still young, we have like pretty biased taste when it comes. For some reason, younger me, before I got big brain, became like I ship Amy and Shadow for some reason. You're not the only one because, look, I understand that Amy's a lot more... Now, I feel like Amy's one of those characters that could easily get along with Shadow. And here's the weirdest thing, like, personally with Mario Peach, I don't mind it. And to me, I think the weirdest thing is because Mario Peach are humans. So I'm like, well, duh. I kind of find it funny that Nintendo, Nintendo is like, yeah, Mario and Peach are not a couple. But guess what? Illumination's like, you know what? We're not going to make them a couple, but you know what? Let have Mario and Peach like have things for each other. But I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Sonic and Amy should have like a more platonic type of bond. Like, sure, I don't mind just like what the Mario Galaxy movie did, where Luigi and Yoshi makes fun of Mario by saying, "Oh, you're in love with the princess when the moon enterprise." Like, I feel like we are gonna see that with Tails and Knuckles because, let's be honest, guys, that's such a bro thing to do. It's like, oh, what? You fall in love with a girl? Ooh, somebody's got a girlfriend. Like, come on, that's such a bro thing to do. Thoughts on the animated movies? What animated movies? I mean, it really just depends which one you're talking about. Am I really done with this act already? This is supposed to be like a scary movie, but for animated movies. Oh. Hold on. Wait, am I already on Act 4? Alright, let me check Summer Game Fest real quick. Is there anything cool happening or there isn't? What, Ricardo? Ricardo's streaming? Bro, what is with this thumbnail, man? If I was watching a stream right now, I would say like, hey, yo, bro, what are you trying to do? Is Ricardo gonna go like on Joker mode? I will admit, if there's one Sonic YouTuber I will watch in terms of live stream, I'll watch Ricardo's because, bro, sometimes his reactions can be so unhinged at times. Ricardo, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, okay, hopefully he brought some pill on his blanket. Bro, this is just my exposure of like...
I can't believe I caught him, y'all.
Hey, yo, Ricardo, are you going to start twerking on stream?
Has anyone else pointed that out? Let me look at Twitter real quick and see if anyone's...
Bro, don't go on Twitter. It's such a toxic website, man. Alright, what's Sammy Boy doing? Okay, Sam's looking like a computer desktop. Ricardo needs to keep up with the streams up after they're done. Yeah, agreed. I don't like the fact where Ricardo just unlists the streams. Do you know Radiohead? Bro, come on. Every person who's depressed obviously listens to Radiohead from... The number one karaoke song people want to sing whenever you're depressed is, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. Anyway, let me just see that. Oh, yeah, give him a bunch of money to make a tour. Bro, I was going to say, look, I'm a straight guy. I love me some ladies. But if I was gay, I'll be like, bro, I wish I could punch your big fat cheeks. But yeah, don't call me out on that, Ricardo. But either way, yeah, bro, start twerking with your monkey-ass big cheeks. But yeah, anyway, let me just go back to this. I think Sonic and Amy's relationship should be like Sonic Boom TV show. Yeah, I would agree. Like, hint, hint, wink, wink, but not embracing it like Sonic Boom. I feel like, sorry, the Mario movies. First movie, I liked it. Second movie, as a Mario adaptation, it's decent, but as a movie, it's not that great, but it's far from terrible. But anyway, is there anything Sonic related before I continue with the stream and continue playing the game? Okay, I'm seeing Supergirl stuff, Spider-Man stuff, which obviously I cannot shut. Trust me, y'all. Once when I stream Spider-Man content this July, I'm going to be that annoying nerd to be like, yeah, let's talk about Spider-Man stuff. But anyway, anything Sonic related yet from Summer Games Fest? What? Paramount Game Studios has revealed Summer Game Fest. Sega and Paramount has discussed future Sonic games from the studio. Wait, what? What? Hold on. What? Paramount Game Studio? Isn't that the same company that made, like, what? Nickelodeon games or whatnot? Okay, the possibility of Sonic games from the studio. What could this mean? Does that mean we're going to get, like, Sonic movie tie-in games? Which, I will be honest, aside from that Shadow DLC, dude, I'm reading this right now. I'm like, was this announced at the Game Fest? Or in this case, I'm like, dude, I'm reading this literally right now. It's like, bro, like, are we going to get, like, a Sonic movie tie-in type of game? I mean, we sort of got it with the Keanu Reeves DLC, and I will be honest, it would be so cool to get a movie tie-in, and you got the exact same voice cast from the movies. Like, you got Ben Schwartz voicing Sonic, Keanu voicing Shadow, and Kristen voicing Amy. That would be so damn cool, man. But yeah, like I said, that's not confirmed, but it's like, bro, Paramount Game Studios, what could this mean, man? Because I know, thanks to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, we know Sega and Paramount has a relationship where they're adding Nickelodeon characters. Like, bro, dude, that would be so sick. That would be so sick by thinking about it. So we're getting a version of Sonic 4 of Lego Batman 4 game. Like, obviously, yeah, duh, not Lego Finds. Like, what, like a Sonic movie reference collection or like some game inspired by the movie? What could this mean, man? It could lead to so many possibilities and less possibilities. I'm just going to check. Is there like more news about it on Instagram? No. I see Kristen Bell just doing her own thing. New Weezer album. Oh, copyright. No copyright. Anyway, if there's not that much Sonic news, I mean, like I said, that doesn't confirm anything Sonic related, but it does confirm anything Paramount and Sega related. So I'm like, if it's a movie Sonic tie-in game or something like that, I cannot wait for it, man. It's like, bro, can't wait for it. Hey, yo, Ricardo, are you going to start twerking on stream and then have your small little squirrel-looking dog? Honestly, why does Ricardo look depressed whenever he puts on the hair, even though that sounds mean? You know, the Sonic CD Sonic was originally supposed to turn into Super Sonic, but scrapped in because of hardware limitations to Sega CD. I may not know about it in recent times, but I definitely remember watching a story related to that in the video. Oh yeah, CD does have underwater things, but I don't think it would be as iconic as Sonic 2 or Sonic 3's underwater segments. No, stop, Sonic, no. Gotta get up. The one thing that really caught me off guard for CD, they don't play the... Because the one thing that really caught me off guard from Sonic 2, the movie, is they do play the drowning theme, but why do they have to make it so quiet and low where it goes... It's like, bro, they could have just, like, taken inspiration from the Colors, like, version of it. I'm not saying they need to make it dramatic, but in order to a version like what Sonic Colors did... Because that's, like, the closest thing I pictured to, like, a cinematic cover of that song. And sadly, a 2010 video game surprisingly did it better. But yeah, I only got one time stone, but I guess just like the other ones. Am I the only one that wants Sonic 5? Okay, making it a mashup between Sonic Adventure and 06 might be a bit too much to do in one movie, because that would be like, I don't know, that sounds like Amazing Spider-Man 2 meets Batman v Superman, where it sounds a bit too much. But that being said, personally, I feel like 06 should be the next movie. I know some some Sonic fans are like, no, it should be the 6th movie, but let's be honest. I think Silver would bring more hype than Chaos, and I think Chaos would be perfect, like, for, like, a Thanos type of villain, if that makes sense, or, no. Thanos would be, like, Mephiles, my bad, and then, I guess Chaos could either be Galactus or Doctor Doom if that's the case, if that makes sense. Either way, I just feel like Sonic Adventure 1, if they want to make like a giant big budget villain, I feel like Chaos would be like their best big final battle that's not Soloris or Mephiles. But I definitely do want to see Mephiles in the movies because I feel like Mephiles would be such a badass movie villain. Sonic Adventure has time travel elements if you can make Mephiles use with Chaos. Like I said, I'll figure out how to make it work. I mean, like I said, I feel like those could be like perfect as standalone movies, but making it all into one, probably not the best idea. I mean, I was fine with it with Sonic 3 and Knuckles to be the influence for Sonic 2 because those classic games don't really have too much of a story going on aside from, yeah, Sonic 2, Sonic finds a friend, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic finds a new rival named Knuckles and teams up with Eggman, and basically Knuckles becomes friends after when Eggman betrays him, and that's about it. That's the only plot convenience that you got from the classic games, since, you know, the classic games are not really that thought-provoking when it comes to story, since the adventure games, including the modern games, are the much more superior storytelling when it comes to Sonic games in general. That basically gives the blueprint for all the Sonic medias, from the TV shows to the movies and the comic books. But yeah, Spikes. Yeah, that's weird that CD didn't do... Okay, time travel. It's so funny I didn't even do any one time traveling aspect, like not once or even twice. Do I still need the bubbles? Okay, yeah, Sonic 1 is Sonic 1, 2 CD, Sonic 2, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, almost every Sonic game. Yeah, it kind of this reminds me of a meme for what Illumination, a meme by saying, what if Illumination runs the Sonic movies rather than Mario? Because since they know, because for Mario, they virtually were considering Mario World or Mario Odyssey, and I feel like Mario World would have been the much more suitable option. You can still have Yoshi and Bowser Jr. in the movie, but then you didn't have to waste Rosalina, which, you know, Yoshi and Bowser Jr., they still work for the movie, but Rosalina was the one that just felt wasted in Mario Galaxy, despite Rosalina had a much bigger role. It's like I said, some Sonic fans, it's like if Sonic 1 just only did the first game, and then Sonic Movie 2 just went through the Sonic Adventure 2 adaptation, they would have rushed Tails, rushed Knuckles, and rushed Shadow, and nobody would have been happy when it comes to that. So one thing I remember from the Cars 2006 video game, scratch the other cars, yeah, that was funny. Like, the one thing that's funny, I think I rushed to like some random car, and he's like, what is this stupid race car? And I just think it was really funny when I was trying to go with GTA mode when it comes to the other cars and Radiator Springs, unless they make Galaxy a two-parter. But no, I mean, I honestly doubt they will make that, and besides the fact that they... and I was going to say, Illumination movies are usually one-and-done type of movies. They're not really like the most thought-provoking like animated movies, so I'm like, yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And besides, I feel like they should move on to other games. I mean, I was going to say Odyssey, but pretty much the Mario Galaxy movie, just adapt Odyssey. It's either Mario Party, Mario 3D Land, or Mario Sunshine, something, since you're having Daisy and then having... fingers crossed, hopefully they have Wario and Waluigi. But don't get me wrong, I don't mind seeing Bowser and Bowser Jr. again because they are recurring characters in the Mario movies and franchise. But I would say they got to bring in Wario and Waluigi so then it's not just another Bowser fight, or else things will be very repetitive. Like, they could take inspiration for Sonic 3 where your main villain is actually teaming up with the main hero, but actually stretch on the pond for a while. And then you got Wario and Waluigi as your new main villains. That's just me. But yeah, let me just catch up on the chat, but also catch up if there's anything missing when it comes to Summer Game Fest, or is it nothing but the same? I guess doing Land, but I think it would have been self-promotion from World. World self-promotion here, but not Galaxy as the ultimate test. Because, yeah, they could have waited for Galaxy for the third one, but they're like, yeah, Galaxy is nostalgia heavy. We might as well just go start working on that game. CD, okay, hold on. CD's jump sounds, hold on, I can't even read this. CD's jump sounds very odd. Doesn't really bother me. Jeez. What's going on with Ricardo C? Because like I said, that's the only guy I would watch when it comes to like a Sonic stream. Bro, what is he eating? Happy birthday, Daniel. Wait, how do you know? I was going to say, wait, it's not even my birthday. Who that called my name? So yeah, more rated M finally game. They're like, oh shit, there may not be a third game, so let's do. And yeah, that was going to say, it's like, because I feel like the Mario Galaxy movie, they were desperate just to put everything Mario related for 40 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sonic 2 was basically a love letter to the classic games, but it's not like they put every single Sonic reference into this one movie. Let's get every game to it. Because there are some elements that has nothing to do with Galaxy, such as the Princess Peach fight. I feel like the most pointless scene in the movie was, even though it was cool visually to watch, but the T-Rex scene, honestly, could have been like a deleted scene of its own that didn't add much to the story. Like, yes, you do get some nice references to Yoshi Island and, Yoshi looking out for Mario and Luigi, but it just didn't add much to the story. Imagine we have 2 Eggman. You want to know what would be even more unhinged for Sonic 4 is not just one Eggman or 2 of them, but multiple ones from different timelines. Kind of like, okay, this is going to be such a weird comparison, but kind of like the Night at the Museum movies, where there's like different variations, or to make it even more funnier, to reference a comedy movie like Mike Myers from the Austin Powers movies, where he just plays different other characters. Same goes for like Eddie Murphy playing like 7 or 8 characters from The Nutty Professor. That honestly would have been so funny. What's your favorite Sonic? Hold on. Okay, that's why you want me to get rings, because of Eggman coming by. That's what life is all about. Gotta keep it going when you lose your mind. Sonic Boom. Let me just pause right here because I know somebody in the chat asked me a question. So, what's your favorite Sonic anime style, sequence, or the CD Sonic X? I would say Sonic X is easily my favorite one, just because I just like the modern designs, just because of how the characters look. And besides, thanks to Sonic X, they kind of got influenced by the Sonic Adventure models when it comes to 2D art, so I would say Sonic X. I would have been like, oh, Yoshi's being immature during the film, and that's his maturity test. If you think they reference OVA, okay, I believe if they have to reference OVA, and it's kind of funny because Ben Schwartz actually referenced the "Strange, isn't it?" line from Sonic Movie 1 press tour, and Ben Schwartz actually did a really good job of replicating that line of the, I know everything what you're going to do, strange, isn't it? And besides, even Sonic 3, Ben Schwartz SA2, talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. Like, I feel like for 4th movie, they got to reference OVA, because that's like, because if we're talking like the peak of the Metal Sonic character, it is easily this game, the OVA, and Heroes is like the peak of the Metal Sonic character if we're not counting video games, or in this case, comic books. So yeah, this is a aquatic boss battle. Bro, I'm definitely going to need some bubbles. White bubbles. Hold on, I'm going to check how long is the stream going, so then we can play like different other games. Dang, 1 hour and 30 minutes, so I will say this, guys. Do you want me to continue playing CD, or I'll say this, maybe after this boss battle I can play Sonic 2 if you guys want me to prefer. Just move on to that. Like I said, I want this music track to be referenced in the 4th movie. As creepy as this music is, and as creepy as they play it in a lot of Sonic creepypastas on YouTube, it would be nice. Just like how Sonic 3, the movie, referenced 2 of Eggman's themes, they gotta reference this creepy CD of Chunky XL, you have one job. No, get the ring, get the ring. No, ring 5 golden, no. No, okay. I feel like Metal's going to be a one-and-done villain. Yeah, I feel like it, because for Robotnik, he's pretty much the anchor of the... Well, one, he's anchor of the Sonic games, but also he is the anchor of the Sonic movies, because, it's Jim Carrey, so of course you're going to need him. Metal Sonic, yeah, I remember fans back in the past think Metal Sonic's going to be like a recurring villain, but I honestly doubt it. I mean, Eggman's the one that's the recurring villain, but for Metal Sonic, that's why I feel like if you're going to adapt Metal Sonic into the movies, especially for your 4th one as your main villain, you got to do everything you can to give out the best of the best when it comes to the Metal Sonic characters, such as Neo Metal Sonic 4, Metal Overlord. You can reference some of the Fleetway comic books if you want to. Like, the possibilities are endless, but yeah, because I feel like they're going to do Metal as a one-and-done villain so they can focus on other villains, like, fingers crossed for Mephiles, and Chaos would be one. I know they might flirt with the idea of the Babylon Rogues, even though they're not evil villains. I doubt they're going to do this character, but I feel like Infinite would be a cool movie villain if Force has done more justice, but I feel like fans will be skeptical by saying, oh no, they're adapting one of the worst games. But hey, 06 was not beloved back in the day, but on the bright side, at least 06 actually has movie material when it comes to Silver, Iblis, and Mephiles, and adapting Princess Elise. I mean, if they cast Princess Elise, just don't recreate the kiss scene, because that was weird in the game. It's like, come on, y'all, this is not Shrek or Beauty and the Beast, especially if it's a freaking rodent. But yeah, I remember this boss fight where you had to suck on the bubbles. Ayo, pause, because I need that money. No, in this case, I need those rings. Por favor. Come on, Eggy. No, I need the ring. This is how it feels. This is how it feels like drinking water in Florida. It's really hot, feminist. Put infinite to. Hold on, I'm just gonna catch up to the chat. Okay. Put infinite, make Jim Carrey say Pingus, agreed. Put infinite to one of these movies, maybe for like Sonic 6, 7, 8, since, you know, this franchise is not going to die anytime soon. Yeah. And besides, even though Infinite did not have like his big real comeback, since he sort of, quote unquote, came back in the podcast of the Team Chaotix Detective Agency, but it's not like, yeah, he's definitely a better character. Wow, that was quicker than I thought. Weeka. Okay, now we're done with this boss fight, so that means gotta water these plants and move on to this bad future. There we go. No critters, but a bunch of sunflowers. Definitely do not like the same sunflowers from Shrek. Never alone. Okay, I will say this, I gotta check the runtime for the game, because like I said, I'm trying to do like all the games all into one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here from CD and just go straight to Sonic 2. Because like I said, the whole plan is like play each of these Sonic games like every either 30 minutes or an hour and just go straight to Sonic 2. So yeah, is this the boss fight? Classic. What is classic mode? Hold on, start off with classic. Ooh, if they want to give Eggman a new suit, they could do the same for 3 and just remove all the circuitry. Yeah, I don't know why they add that to the suit. I'm kind of disappointed that movie 2 did not adapt this of Tails getting bullied by other animals. Oh, I'm just listening to myself. Oh yeah, they got a bully because you got 2 tails. I also wanna be like him. Only Sonic the Hedgehog would do. Shut up, Tails. So you're not gonna say like Sonic's gonna be like your favorite YouTuber. Hey, the iconic Emerald Hill theme, which I wish they would have referenced that in the second game. But yeah, Sonic 2, our beloved Sonic 2. I will say this, I think Sonic 2 has the better levels, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles have the better one. I'm glad they didn't have Tails work for Long Claw, because then it'll make the whole quote-unquote dynamic thing like pretty much pointless. Sonic and Tails, I mean, come on, it's the duo, man. I mean, the best thing about playing Sonic and Tails from the very beginning is the fact that, like, oh wow, just like with Mario, you can play as Luigi, you can have your brother, sister, cousin, friend from school. Like, oh yeah, now we can play multiplayer games. That's pretty cool. Which, that's the best thing about Sonic 2. And the best thing about Sonic 2 is it embraces the world building a bit more, even if the lore's not that deep. Thanks to Sonic 2, the video game, not only, of course, we got the second movie, but pretty much, it inspired the cartoons, inspired, like, other pieces of Sonic media, and the iconic commercials that we got of the Are You Level Up to it. And yeah, the best thing about watching Sonic movie 2 is, like, bro, the fact that they recreated the promo art of Jim Carrey's Eggman and put Knuckles there, it's like, dude, this is peak. We are living in the best time as a Sonic fan. And it was quite funny because Sonic Movie 2 came out 30 years of the original game, so I'm like, yeah, quite a love letter to Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But like I said, I prefer the levels in Sonic 2, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles probably, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles and I would say Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD has my favorite stories when it comes to the game, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles has the best story in the classic era before the modern Sonic Adventure era. And besides, you know, in the later games, like, yeah, you could definitely play his games. Should have recreated the Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, they should have, and I don't know why they did. I think I saw one funny meme where it shows Ben Schwartz and Idris Elba's face, and I still find it funny to this day that Ben and Idris never met in person throughout the Sonic 2 press tour, the Knuckles press tour, but then they finally met each other in person in Sonic 3, and the UK premiere was like, yeah, you guys did 2 movies and 1 TV show, and it took you this long for it. Which, thankfully for the Sonic 3 press tour, they let Ben Schwartz, like, tag team with Keanu Reeves in the press tour by saying, bro, this is a duo I never expect to like, but hey, you got a funny comedian guy, and then you got a badass 90s action star like Keanu Reeves next to the room, and it honestly works pretty well. Hey, this classic Eggmobile, which I think they actually have a playset of this. Which, believe it or not, I don't know if this was a reference to Sonic Movie 1, but literally in the first Sonic movie where Jim Carrey's Eggman literally has like this giant mobile, it's like, is this supposed to be like a modern version of this mobile from Sonic 2, the game? If so, yeah, it looks very Transformer-y, but, you know, it's fine. But hey, I love this Eggman theme. It's one of my favorite Eggman themes aside from his main theme in the modern games and his SA2 theme. It's probably my favorite classic Eggman theme, honestly. Say hello to my new little Hot Wheels. Drill, rocket. Get out of my way. I don't have insurance. Time to fly away. It's like, bro, you could have just used your mustache out of the way and just fly with that. And besides, I just think Sonic 2 is like the most nostalgia-heavy one when it comes to the music. Next to Sonic 3 and Knuckles having nostalgia-heavy music. But yeah, is there any other comments or anything I'm missing? If you find anything interest for more badass, actually nice people, yeah, Keanu Reeves, Hugh Jackman, yeah, the dude from Scream. It's like, that's the one thing that's cool. It's like, these are like badass actors, but then they're like really like the nicest people on the planet, and you know, that's why they're like the most base celebrities that any young boy or any young man should like take the bus. I mean, even Jim Carrey quoted Keanu Reeves by saying he's basically every man to aspire to be. Like, once again, badass people that basically just kick ass and basically just take down a lot of villains and cut and bleed to their gore. But they're like big cinnamon rolls and real hearts. Like, see, even tough guys even have soft spots. So yeah, moving up top ahead. Okay, the one thing I don't like about Chemical Plant, like, even though, yes, it is the fan favorite level from this game, it's like, bro, the weakest aspects of this level is definitely the underwater stuff and the blocks. And I will admit, I think I like playing the classic level of Chemical Plant with Sonic Generations a lot more, just because I honestly like the 3D printing of it, which I probably might consider that for next week's class. Oh, for many reasons, my mom wants to marry Keanu Reeves. I mean, look, like I said, even as a straight guy, it's like, yeah, I understand why the ladies dig Keanu, no matter, like, obviously in his 90s, everybody's saying, yeah, I get it, now I understand why the ladies will thirst for Keanu, because he's like, bro was a handsome stud back in the 90s. I mean, he still is a good-looking guy now, but in the 90s, bro, Keanu Reeves was like Keanu Reeves was like the Ryan Gosling of the 90s back in the day, where girls used to like thirst for him. Like, that's why even his co-stars like Winona Ryder, Sandra Bullock was like, oh my gosh, Keanu's so hot. And then, oh boy, when it comes to the Sonic fan base, boy, it gets much worse by saying, oh my gosh, Shadow's on Keanu. So I'm like, yeah, I get what you mean. Unless you're like a furry, then go ahead. It's kind of funny, because even Gabriel used to have a crush on Amy Rose. Like, look, Rouge the Bat, okay, let's be honest, Rouge the Bat's the only one that we're allowed to, like, sip on because, you know, fatty boobies. But other than that, it's like, yeah, since, you know, Rouge is actually a woman and not a child. Man, I really hate these spider bee-bots, whatever they call it, because, you know, they take the rings off, and they honestly look much more creepier in Sonic Generations. More like, arachnophobia. Okay, let me read this. Fans, Keanu Reeves as Shadow. Okay. For me, I wanted Keanu Reeves as Shadow since Sonic 1, ever since they used this reference to Speed, because, boy, the Sonic movie team really loves the movie Speed so much. I mean, Speed's a good movie, don't get me wrong, it's like, man, but there's other Keanu Reeves movies that you can reference outside of just Speed and John Wick, like The Matrix or Point Break or some other obscure Keanu movies. But either way, the one thing I'm hoping, like, you want to know why I also noticed, like, just like how Sonic 3 keeps referencing Speed and makes some John Wick references for Shadow, for Sonic 4, hopefully, and just because Kristen Bell voiced Amy Rose in Sonic 4, and since, you know, her most iconic animated role is Anna from Frozen, it's like, bro, I know it's going to be super corny as hell, but I think since Sonic in the movies is basically having this Deadpool type of humor, and I don't mean like in terms of inappropriate jokes, in terms of like breaking the fourth wall and pop culture jokes, it's more like, yeah, I hope Sonic makes a joke by saying, hey Amy, do you want to fight the Eggman? Do you want to eat a chili dog? Like, you know, make like a Frozen reference and be like, okay, I get it. I mean, sure, it may be a little bit on the nose, but it would be nice to like reference the, yup, I hate this part of this game. Okay, Tails, help me, Tails. No, help. Ah, no! Okay, I was so close. Tails, you could have helped me out just to pick up. I thought you were supposed to be my brother, my sidekick, my Luigi in the Sega universe. Tails, don't do this, bro. Don't do this, bro. Okay. They should have sex say, do you want to build a snowman? I just think of a parody of, do you want to fight the Eggman? Come on, Amy, just let it go! In summer. Funny, because Josh Gad was considered to voice Sonic. So, like, yeah, maybe have that guy voice Selma the Hedgehog or Big the Cat. Oh, shoot, we're in our boss fight right now. Oh, no. Dude, I remember this boss fight. Thankfully, it wasn't as hard in Sonic Mania. Speaking of which, speaking of Summer Game Fest, I'm going to pause real quick. Is there anything new from Summer Game Fest, or nope, just the same as usual? man, there's a lot of a bunch of gaming YouTubers thinking like, oh, Sonic in this. Don't get your hopes high up, guys. I mean, Sonic Frontiers 2, no, I don't think anybody. I don't know why people are thinking that Frontiers is going to get a sequel. I think we will get a follow-up, but it's like, Bazinga. Yeah, you know what? Jim Parsons, funny. He was also considered to voice Sonic, but I'm like, yeah, I think Jim Parsons will be a great casting choice because, yeah, bro, you got Sheldon Cooper's like, I'm going to take down the Impulse Train and just go, Bazinga, the last Gorg. I don't know. That was a terrible Jim Parsons impression. I also sing Buddy the Elf in this one Christmas musical. What is this? Is this like a Marvel game they're showing? Sorry, I'm just watching Ricardo's stream right now if there's any other Sonic stuff. You know what? I'm just going to go on social media. Is there any other Sonic news outside of that Paramount collab? Paramount Games collab, to be exact, for Sega. Funny, Deadpool Wolverine at the baseball game. That's cool. But no Sonic game news whatsoever? Nah. Oh, the last Ronin TMNT game. Okay, that's cool. I'll check that out later, which, funny enough, we were supposed to get a movie, but thanks to Sonic, be like, you know what, let's make these movies much more family-friendlier now, which I think they might do that last Ronin not video game, movie adaptation, but hey, at least for any Last Ronin TMNT fans, there you go. At least you're getting a video game and not just a movie. The last time the Takashi Iizuka shows up at a Sonic event, let's say we know how Sonic fans usually go. Bro, I remember when Speed Super Sonic Ricardo lost his mind. He was like going on full-on Joker mode where he's like, just going crazy just because there's no Sonic recognition at the Game Awards show. But to be fair, I mean, I guess aside from the Kids' Choice Award show, I never really care that much award shows nowadays unless if it's something personal that I like. But anyway, let me just, wait, that's not cancel like the film. Yeah, like, I haven't seen the trailer yet, but at least the video game Last Ronin is happening, but the movie version is, like, you know, being shelved for now. Okay, yeah, this is the one where we get to the boss fight. Okay, no. Okay, Tails, we gotta take it easy here. No, we're gonna fall with this blue ink. That's definitely not Nickelodeon. Hey, come on, Eggy, please. Stupid as usual, I see. That was the easiest boss fight ever. But trust me, I'm not gonna do it in this stream, y'all. But man, the boss fight in the final battle of facing Mecha, Sonic, and Death Egg Robot. What I don't like about the boss fight is, like, seriously, no rings, so one hit, then we're dead. It's like, wouldn't it be much more fair if we have, like, at least 3 rings before we're ready for the boss fight? It's like, bruh. No bueno. What's after Chemical Plant? Oh, yeah, this level. Like I said, I'm more used to, like, Hydro City from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which, that's probably, like, one of my favorite levels next to Angel Island and Ice Cap Zone, of course. Okay, worth it. The last Ronin comic, worth it. I almost cried. I don't think I've read the comic, but I did like the fact that the 2017 TMNT movie actually took some inspiration from the last Ronin. Even rewatching the 2007 movie where Leo tells Raph, "Don't do this, Raph." Like, rewatching Sonic 3, I kind of got the same vibe when Sonic and Knuckles had their banter. Get it, Red and Blue brothers in mind, like having that argument. And the fact that, Knuckles literally said, "Don't do this," just like how Leo tells Raph by saying "don't do this" when Raph goes to the dark side. It's funny that I even watch Avengers Endgame is basically when Hawkeye calls himself Roswell, like, bro, why are you trying to copy Raphael? Is it because Scarlett Johansson has a crush on Raphael when she was younger? Oh, yoink. Oh, this is your favorite water level game? That's pretty cool. I mean, I definitely like the colors, but I definitely say Hydro City's my favorite just because I just like the song, or not the song, but the music track. Because I had to understand, like, how long is it? Okay, I gotta pause or else I'm gonna die in the middle of the stream. 1 hour 47 minutes. Because usually for these live streams, I go usually every 2 hours, and if I'm like in a this would be making me more excited if Sonic and Shadow racing against Metal Sonic. That I know they're gonna mostly focus on Sonic and Metal because obviously, let's pay references to Sonic CD, which I know is gonna be the main focus. But if Shadow's in the mix, that would be pretty cool. And I know some fans are like, "Oh, how can they make Shadow work in the story?" By saying, "Well, does anyone really want to wait 4 years for like Shadow on the big screen?" And besides, I feel like they can make a side story with Shadow in the movie. Like obviously, Shadow is off doing his own thing, but then when he's aware of like the whole Metal Sonic thing, and Shadow's kind of like redeeming, like, what's his purpose next. Like, he went from villain to anti-hero territory, and then he realized, like, wait, there's another Hedgehog. And heck, maybe they could take inspiration from Sonic Adventure 2, where Amy could be, like, a good calling voice for Shouts, like, what's worth fighting for his choice of being a hero on Earth. It's like how Amy reminds Shadow about Maria, since, you know, out of all the characters, I mean, even though Shadow has his banter with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, but the only characters that Shadow shows respect for is Amy, Rouge, and Omega. There could be some other ones I'm missing. Silver, yeah, he shows respect for Silver once when they have their first fight, but for Sonic and his crew, not so much. And I'm talking to, like, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, not Rouge, Omega, and Silver. So, you're literally swimming like a fox. Man, I wish, whoa, we're about to drown in the aquatic zone. I was gonna say, like, maybe by the 2-hour mark, I'm gonna do Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because if there's, like, a delay by saying, yeah, I gotta go off stream since I gotta do some busy stuff later on today. And besides, like I said before, I prefer gaming streams in the afternoon than the nighttime, because like I said, one, there's barely any people watching the stream at nighttime. Secondly, it kind of helps around the schedule. And thirdly, I just feel like daytime's the best time to, like, do these streams, which I gotta keep that in mind. I gotta do that for Sonic X Shadow Generations. Wait, I'm gonna die? Wait, whoa. Okay, get me out of here. No, wait. Come on. Bro, Knuckles, save me. I should have got more water. Tails, you know you're gonna die in the water too, bro. Yeah, why not? I just want to complete the level. Is this going to be a Japanese song? Oh, yeah, you're right, because Sonic 2, they titled it Sonic vs. Knuckles, and then the third movie was called Sonic X Shadow Tokyo Mission, just to please the Japanese fan base. I feel like Sonic 4, I think the fourth movie's Japanese title would be smart, calling it CD, or in this case, Sonic vs. Metal Sonic, Race Against Time. Thanks a lot, Speed. I will be honest, I saw Speedster Resolve saying, no, this should not be called Sonic 4, this should be called Sonic Race Against Time. Like, bro, this is a movie, not a video game, man. But yeah, speaking of video games, I'm just gonna pause right here to see, is there anything else I'm missing out? So, aside from seeing Team T, The Last Ronin, which I've not seen the trailer, but I've seen the news for it, so I'm like, that's pretty cool. Anything else aside from that? Yeah, Game Awards. Is Ricardo gonna start working on stream? Let me guess, another Star Wars game as always. Guild Wars 3. Oh, that's what Paramount means. Paramount has announced their Team T Last Ronin. Okay, so basically the Team T is like the first thing that Paramount is teaming up, because obviously Paramount owns the rights to the Ninja Turtles, so that makes sense. What about Sonic, though? That would be quite pretty cool to have like a Sonic movie tie game. But obviously they probably might have Sega. Oh, Roasted Takashi Iizuka. Bro knows that bro thought we wouldn't notice. Tupac coming back in summer games. Now. Bro, making Tupac in a video game? Dog, that's crazy. I did not expect that. Just pay respect to 90s rap artists that was alive back in the day. But anyway, let me just continue the level of this game. Just want to see the tab by saying, like, excuse me, can you just play the game? Because that's something that Mario does, because if Mario's like the Mickey Mouse of video games, Sonic the Hedgehog's like the Bugs Bunny of video games, because they have like wisecracking personalities, they're pranksters or jokesters, and like Bugs Bunny, they break the fourth wall and they kind of treat their enemies such in a silly, wacky, but also humorous way. So that's what I'm saying. Mario's the Mickey Mouse of gaming, Sonic is like the Bugs Bunny of video game. And it kind of makes sense because, yeah, if Looney Tunes is Warner Brothers, then DC owns Warner Brothers, and it makes sense why Sonic collabs with DC, because even though as much as I would love to see Sonic team up with Spider-Man, but you know what, the DC collab's cool. I mean, the Shadow and Batman team up is easily my favorite one, and I have not read, like, the new issues yet, but I've seen the new issues that Eggman and Lex Luthor are teaming up with the Doom Syndicate. Bruh. That's a cool reference for Shadow. I died, bro? Okay, you know what? Okay, that's not fair. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to leave Sonic 2 and then end off this game by playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But since we already have, yeah, continue. I was actually going to play as Knuckles for the next game. I'm going to go back to the main menu. So then we can end this off with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But like I said, I want to play as Knuckles, which I will be honest, in the classic games, Knuckles is my favorite character to play when it comes to like the classic era. So yeah, playing as my boy, my Uganda brother Knuckles. No do way, no do way. And yeah, I have been playing this game on my own, which I will be honest, like doing some of the boss fights without Sonic or Tails or any of the other characters is a bit frustrating because, yeah, I mean, the best thing about playing Knuckles, he can glide, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like in the later, like, modern games, you can actually use his fists because obviously Knuckles is a brawler, kind of like Raphael from TMNT. Yeah, heck, Knuckles is my second favorite, I think you could tell. I mean, like I said, in the classic games, he's probably my favorite character to play, is because literally with the punching and the gliding, and you know, just like what he normally does, he climbs. But I definitely say Knuckles is very resourceful. All four of them have the white gloves. Which, full disclosure, guys, even though despite I played Sonic Origins, I have never played as Amy Rose, but I've heard that Amy's basically just a copycat of Sonic, except she has a hammer and that's about it. So I'm like, well, to be fair, Amy doesn't really have distinct powers like Tails and Knuckles, so I'm not really that surprised if I'm being honest. Oh, how come I cannot fly? Everyone has white gloves. Yeah, literally just all the Sonic characters, they all do. There's not like one Sonic character that says, oh, unless you want to count the humans, but unless you want to count Maria, Professor Pickle, and obviously Chris Thorndike, even though Chris is so annoying. So yeah, even Ricardo will agree with saying, yeah, Sonic X, I have like a deep soft spot, even though I hate Chris. Like I said, the worst Sonic character is easily Wade's sister from the Knuckles series. That moment where Wade's sister was like, oh, kill my sister off, like, you know what, Wade? You're honestly real for that. Because she sucks in the show. And yeah, every time that these Sonic games have the habit of is like literally just making classic runs. But yeah, like we said, aside from that last Ronin and Tupac reveal, nothing much. Hold on, let me just read this. It's a hot take about Sonic X, which, you know, Sonic X is not perfect. I mean, there are definitely some cringe-worthy moments, whether it's the English or Japanese stuff, but let me just read this real quick. Sonic X was bad till Season 3. I will be honest, I don't think it's not that bad. I think the Slice of Life stuff, and I can't believe I'm about to say, I think the Slice of Life stuff is honestly done better for Sonic Boom than Sonic X, because the Slice of Life stuff is probably a bit too childish in a way, too corny and childish for the Slice of Life stuff. Hold up, wait a minute, guys. I'll be right back in the call. I gotta go eat some breakfast quick. Alright, let me rush back. So, just gonna give you guys an update for those that are watching the stream right now. Okay, have we reached the 2-hour mark? That's what I want to know, because usually I end these streams on a high note. Okay, good, we're almost at... Okay, I will say this, guys. I'll play at least an extra 5-7 minutes of the video, because, guys, I'm on a schedule that I have to go, which, once again, one of the reasons why I'm doing the stream early is because, number one, this is such a weird Friday for me, because I thought I was gonna have, like, a simple day by saying, yeah, I have a day off of not working and doing a post office thing, but surprisingly, no, there's a bunch of... I'm not going to get in details of my personal life. It's more like, okay, well, that's happening. That's like, well, let me just... Because originally I was going to do this live stream later at night. It's like, you know what? If I do the stream late at night, I'm going to be so late. There's going to be barely any people watching, so I'm like, yeah, I honestly doubt it. So if I complete this level or not, I'll just see the best what I could do. So, like, maybe an extra 5-8 minutes of this stream, and if not, then, oh, well, it is what it is, guys. But either way, that's why, for me, my whole plan was like, yeah, for this game, how about I just play all the classic Sonic games from Sonic 1, Sonic CD, and then Sonic 2, which, oh yeah, I gotta attack that thing, which I forgot that was the thing in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Hold on, especially got the fact that, okay, yeah, I could tell some of my viewers are also busy because, you know, it's a Friday, it's the weekend, so of course everybody has plans at nighttime. I mean, even these other gaming streamers are like, yeah, I'm streaming Summer Gamer Games Fest. But anyway, just to give you guys, for those who are still watching the stream as of right now, of course, aside from Cameron being the go as always when it comes to coming to these streams, so my future updates for the streams, which clearly they will be Sonic streams since we're still continuing the 35th anniversary, so the Sonic Song tier list ones, there's no official date for that yet. Maybe I'll do it this week, maybe some other time. Can't say. Maybe. Best case scenario is Wednesday, plus both He-Man and Scary. I think I might watch the new He-Man movie, and as I'm playing as Knuckles, Idris Elba is also in that movie, so I'm like, hey, yo, Knuckles in the movie. That's honestly pretty cool. Okay, Knuckles, you good, my guy. But yeah, speaking of which, I might check out that movie if I'm lucky this weekend. I may not be the biggest He-Man fan, but I am aware of the memes and why millennials are nostalgic for it, whether the movie's good or mid. I'll check it out probably later this weekend. But other than that, what else I'm going to say? So aside from the Sonic Song tier list thing, when it comes to like the next Sonic Gaming stream, I'm still going to choose Fridays because I feel like, because surprisingly I am busy on Saturdays. So literally in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I just think Fridays will be like the best day just to like do these Sonic Gaming streams. Oh yeah, this one boss fight. So like I said, if I win or fail this boss fight, then I'll end the stream here, even though it's going to be such a weird way to end it off. Knuckles, no, bro. Come on, Knuckles, I believe in you. Lock in, bro, lock in. Have I seen Freddy and Jason? Surprisingly, I haven't seen it, but I've actually watched WatchMojo.com. I have watched like the first Nightmare on Elm Street movies, just because, you know, the director of the third film is the same director that gave one of my favorite childhood masterpieces, The Mask. And it's so funny that the director of Nightmare on Elm 3 was like, even the original Freddy Krueger himself is like, yeah, I think Jim Carrey and Kevin Bacon will play a good Freddy Krueger reboot. I'm like, well, wait, we've already had a reboot in 2011, and obviously not as good as the OG, but it is what it is. Okay, yeah, I did watch the reboots, and it's not that bad, but it's currently not as good as the original movies that came out. But yeah, the one I surprisingly did not see was Jason and, yeah, Freddy vs. Jason. It's kind of like Alien vs. Predator, but for horror fans. And yeah, Scary Movie, I've heard some things about it. No, Nux. Okay, yeah, I think this is the best way to end off the stream in like the next 4 minutes. Okay, you did it, Nux. You did it. Victory is ours. What's your opinion on Sonic 06? I mean, messy, glitchy game, but it's not... Story-wise, it's not that bad. Gameplay-wise, it is messy, but like I said, far from being the worst Sonic game, honestly. And besides, it was the game that introduced me to the franchise. So yeah, if I complete this game, yeah, I'm gonna end off right about here. But before I end things off, I'm just gonna check if there's any last-minute things before I have to hop off the stream in like in the next 4 or 3 minutes from now. But hey, on the bright side, at least we accomplished the 2-hour mark, because usually when it comes to gaming streams, that's the goal when it comes to like Sonic games. So either way, yeah, most of these are just Sonic shorts. You know what? Just to celebrate off, as I mentioned CD, let's just play this peak ending real quick. Boom, boom. Because usually when it comes to Sonic 3, let's end it off with something. Like I said, if this version of Sonic theme is not in the 4th movie, I'm going to be so disappointed. Boom, 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 boom. Take a strive, you can fly, you can reach the other sky of the rainbow. So tight, there's no chance, there's no circumstance where you can't handle. The past, it's your day, it's a stupid neighborhood. Hold on, let me read this. Would you do a movie for if there's going to be a bunch of toy leaks and toy? As long as I don't get copyrighted by Jack Specific, because usually they will email me by saying, take this down or else we'll sue you. It's more like, hopefully, if Jack Specific is copyright friendly, hopefully that case, because I wasn't able to for the 2nd and 3rd movie, because for the 2nd and 3rd movie, I have to wait for the toys to get them themselves, but maybe if I'm lucky. And besides, I will be getting all the toys because the merch unboxing videos actually do really well in views. Save the planet from the... Who would you cast as movie Black Doom? Tom Hardy. I'm just kidding. Someone that would look like this. Why could you catch it next time? It has to be someone with a deep voice. I can't be like a voice actor like Frank Welker. What's that one dude? Josh Brolin as Black Doom. Finally, a perfectly balanced. What all things should be. But yeah, that was like a cool way just to like end off with Sonic Boom. And yeah, I did not complete Sonic 1 the game, but hopefully I'll get to that. Andy Serkis, yeah, Andy Serkis will be a much better choice in my opinion because, you know, Andy Serkis has a much more versatile voice actor since, you know, yeah, he voiced Nolan in the Venom movies. So yeah, that would be a nice way to wrap things up. You know what? Okay, let me end off with Sonic 3 because that's like the last game that I was playing. Yeah, go back to the title. Okay, is there anybody else in the chat before I eventually have to go? Which I know the Game Awards Fest is happening, and the reason why I have to go because haircut, appointment, whatnot. So I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes, and then after that, we're going to end off the stream, hand and dandy. And then, like I said before, for anyone who is like, you know, back on track, so might do the Sonic song tier list with a special guest star, hopefully sometime next week. And then for the next Sonic Gaming stream, we're going to go to the modern era for the modern Sonic stages, but also the Shadow stages for Sonic and Shadow Generations. All right, take a look ahead. Well, see you later, man. Talk to you later. See you later, Cameron. Only 1 more minute and we're done with this intro, and then I gotta rush myself. Wait, want to say goodbye to the Gamers Faction? Want to say goodbye? Sorry, my dog's into me. But yeah, only 1 more minute, guys. So anyone want to say anything? Bye, Daniel. Bye later. Take care now. Bye then. So yeah, 1 more minute till we're done with the stream. Come on, play that intro one more time. Bow, 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 bow. Thank you so much for playing. Gotta go fast.